twice now, or 3 times.
He's played Holy how many times?
3 times on stream.
Oh, it's all been against Holy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like we have the pairings. So round 2 is about to begin. Let me get everything on to the pan. So, once again, we have Asuryani, piloted by Janis, who's currently winning with her almost max score. I mean, max score for what she could get, because there wasn't even.
Pairings got changed up just a little bit because there was an incorrect number. So I believe now it's Alex and Eric, me and Mark,
Oh.
Janis and Pat,
Oh,
and then Mike and Chris.
wait, so the pairings weren't right?
No, they accidentally put one person's number instead of someone else's, so we had to switch it and it changed the pairings.
Oh. Okay, so you're up against Pat, I guess. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. I guess things are changing.
Everything got jostled up a little bit.
What side do you want me on? You're already set up over there?
Yeah. Yes. Alex is very
I'm gonna let Janis eat. I think that's the.
Okay, so I guess it's different. It's not going to be Grey Knights because the pairings were wrong. So it's going to be.
Wait, what? Do you know what he's running? Astartes. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Alright, we're on mission 5.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, map A, 4, 5, 6, map B. 6, map B.
Too many teams in this game. There we go. All right. So it actually looks like on stream for the next game, Janis, obviously with her almost max score, is going to be staying on the top table. And she is going to be facing off against Pat Wilson, who is, if you're on the Glass Half Dead Discord, Zero Stride. That's his name on there. And they're going to be going off again on. Actually, let me find out.
Do you know what mission? 5? Alex! Mission 5?
All right, so it looks like they're going to be playing today Mission 5. So if you're not familiar with Mission 5, it's surrounded, and the let me get. All right, so Mission 5, there's a mission bonus. At the end of a battle round, if you control the 2 objective markers that are closest to the edge of the battlefield, then you score 1 extra victory point. Now, obviously, as you can see, the 2 maps, those would be very different objectives. On map A, it's the ones next to the opposite corners. And in map B, it's the ones both opposite of the deployment zones. Actually, no, wait. No, actually, never mind. I'm wrong. On map B, it's the ones that, the one that's closest to the deployment zones and the one that's farthest away. So those two. Yeah. So we're just waiting for Pat to get everything over to the top table, but then we're gonna get started with the next round of the Las Vegas Open Friday night PM Kill Team Pods. Brought to you by Frontline Gaming, where you can get all of your gaming needs at a discount. And Kill Team Stream, your home for competitive Kill Team. You're running Astartes, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Chris. No, that's okay. It's like, do you actually blow a piece off? Yes, I did. I hurt them so hard.
Be prepared for a brutal game. Did you hear about the last one?
I did. Yeah. What mission are we running?
Mission 5.
Oh,
Surrounded.
yeah, of course. That makes sense.
Although you don't know if it's A or B yet.
Right.
And neither do the waiting viewers at home.
But either way, we're...
Hey, Janis.
Yes.
Do you want to roll off for A or B?
Sure.
So we can...
We're on B.
All right.
All right. So, looks like Janis is going to be playing Pat Wilson, or AKA Zero Stride. Just rolled Mission B. So as you can see,
Your list from
the Mission B is the one with the triangular deployment zones, and they're trying to get those two objectives, the one that is furthest away from their deployment zone and the one that is closest to their deployment zone, to score the mission bonus. Otherwise, if you're not aware of the Las Vegas Open Kill Team rules, they have free choice secondaries, which means they can choose any secondaries from those available, and they have a mission primary of hold one for 1 point. Hold one meaning holding one of the objectives on the board. Kill one, which means kill one of the opposing models, and that can be either with shooting, close combat, or even something like a plasma gun overcharging and exploding. That still counts because it's the enemy model being taken out of action that's important, and not necessarily the person who took it out of action. They also have hold more, which is if you hold more objectives than your opponent, or kill more, which is the same as above, but the killing is more than what your opponent killed in that turn. So right now they're figuring out their secondaries for the match because this is going to be a tough match here on the top table. How did your last game go, Zero Stride?
It was 19 to 4.
19 to
For
4.
Astartes.
Aha, so it looks like Zero Stride was able to get another decisive victory with 19 to 4. And so that's what's put him today on this top table against Janis, who also had a decisive victory last round, as you saw just earlier against Byronid 40K's Tyrannid. I don't want to say swarm because there was just a very small number of them, but they were very scary nonetheless. You have multiple sub-factions on your roster,
I
right?
do. I'm running 14 Salamanders and 6 Raven Guard.
Yeah, so not entirely sure what sub-faction that Zero Stride's going to be running today because he has 2 to choose from. He could choose Raven Guard, or he could choose the Salamanders, right?
Or Raven. Yeah, Salamanders or Raven Guard.
Yeah, or Salamanders. So it'll be interesting to see which one he decides will best go into Janis's Eldar. However, Janis's Eldar are Ulthway because that's the only faction she can really take on a team of Eldar. You can't really do double factions with Eldar unless you're running something like all Wraith Guards because you just need so many models that it's pretty much impossible to have multiple sub-factions on a single roster. However, since Astartes are a pretty elite team, you can run multiple factions on the same roster. So it'll be interesting to see what he decides. I'm thinking, just from my own, personal choice, I think I would pick Raven Guard just because you want that negative to shooting. But Salamanders could also be strong because re-rolling is no joke.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah. I have
You're
fun.
playing Marine.
I am. Astartes. Maybe.
No, you don't know. Let's see. I will not.
So it looks like they've picked their secondaries. So I'm seeing him pick out more than 6 models. That makes me think this might be Salamanders, since they have some green coloring on them. Give me. Oh, thanks, Steven. Yeah, the setup's working pretty well. It's all the internet is streaming from my phone because we don't have internet, but you don't have to worry because I'm gonna get you guys that live kill team content, even if the world wants to work against me. That's how dedicated I am to this kill team live stream. Yes, that's right, you heard me. Ladies and gentlemen, I am running this entire stream through my iPhone internet. So if there are any problems with it, blame Apple. But we are recording all of the games in full high definition, so no matter what, you will eventually be able to see these games at full definition. Oh, just a note, just in case you guys aren't aware, the mat is the edge, not the board edge.
Makes sense. That's what I was guessing.
All right, so they're setting up the board with the objectives here. So since they've picked map B, there is there's going to be one objective in the center, two along the middle, close to the board edges, and then also there's going to be two sort of on the opposite sides of their deployment zones, which are both triangular across the corners of the board.
Right. Well, you had that maze set.
And then we
Thanks, Command Point.
Was it like it was
yes. weird-
Yes. It's. This is good.
15 and 15.
To be fair, though, this is running off of the actual
And then we got a
streaming
diagonal
computing
here to-
is all running off of a very good computer, but the internet is just running through the phone and the phone's data. So, I mean, the phone is only handling the internet side of the equation.
Well, I mean, this is with short containers. You're using long containers by
So there's one of the deployments.
Yep. It would be simple, but with long containers, it would definitely be even more. But I mean, I think that's cool.
All right, so as you can see, the deployment zones are sort of triangles. Actually, I've got a little tool here I can use
There's another one of beer and
to sort of indicate. So as you can see, there are two triangular deployment zones here. And then we have these 5 objectives. One you cannot see right now because it's underneath this, but if I switch over to the other camera, you'll be able to see it better.
I guess we
got my secondary.
A little bit. Actually,
have my secondaries.
maybe
So I am running
I'll switch to...
Salamanders.
Salamanders, leader, Last Fusel Sniper,
Okay.
got one guy too many, that's why we check. Reaver Sergeant as combat, Intercessor Sergeant as comms with Auspex, 2 heavy bolter scout gunners, and 2 heavy bolter scout, or 2 scouts
There we go.
with
All right,
shotguns.
so this kind of shows you. The last objective is right back here behind this...
I have my typical leader, Storm Guardian,
behind this
combat,
Mechanicum
Zealot,
Ferritonic Furnace piece, which is upside down, much to my
Can opener.
OCD's hatred, but the TO decided that there was more line of sight blocking on the top than the bottom, and so he's decided to turn them upside down so that you can get more line of sight blocking from these pieces.
he's comms, by the way.
Okay.
Howling or not Howling Banshee.
Dire Avenger.
Dire Avenger XR. 2 Dire Avengers. Banshee. Scorpion.
So it looks like Janis has changed up her list a bit from the last round. She's added some Dire Avengers into the squad. And if I'm not mistaken, are those flamers?
One's a flamer, one's a fusion.
Ah, so she split it up, 1 flamer and 1 fusion. And then Pat seems to be running salamanders with, yes, That makes it much easier.
I brought a regular Banshee and a regular Scorpion as well.
Ah, yes. So, Janis obviously has that Dire Avenger Exarch veteran in there. I can see, or is that a veteran?
Nope, just a regular Dire Banshee.
Oh, just regular Dire Avenger. Okay.
All right.
Advantage.
So, looking for some initiative.
5.
I get to place a first.
Who won the initiative?
This is-
Deployment advantage.
Oh, deployment
Yeah,
advantage.
I did.
So it looks like that was not the initiative. Getting ahead of the game here.
Reserves. Yeah.
So,
Reasonable.
of course, there's no models on the board. I don't know what I'm doing. I was looking at this list. So, what Pat has brought today
Shotgun.
is a leader eliminator sergeant with an instigator bolt carbine, bolt pistol, frag grenade, and camo cloak. An eliminator sniper with las fusel, bolt pistol, frag grenade, crack grenade, camo cloak.
Another shotgun scout.
Intercessor sergeant, comms. I'm just not going to read the frag grenade, crack grenade. We all know. This with the auto boat rifle, chainsword, auspex, and bolt pistol. The Reaver sergeant with the bolt carbine, combat knife. Scout gunner with heavy bolter and bolt pistol. 2 scout gunners actually, so 2 scout gunners with heavy bolter and bolt pistol, and 2 Astartes scouts with a shotgun. Astartes shotgun. And they're all running the Salamanders sub-faction. And Janis is running... do you have your roster?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
It's on my phone.
What's your specialists?
My specialist is Howling Banshee Exarch, Striking Scorpion Exarch, and Comms Guardian.
Okay, so she's got a Comms Guardian, Striking Scorpion Exarch, I'm guessing as a...
Combat
Combat, yeah.
with the claw.
And the Howling Banshee
Zealot.
with a Zealot. Okay, so...
Leader.
Okay.
looks like Pat has taken full advantage of the Astartes deployment shenanigans by putting the leader back behind this pretty cool spot.
Scout gunner.
Now he's placed the scout gunner.
Oh, I was gonna put him. I'm gonna put him here instead. Scout gunner.
Ooh, this is... What? Oh, cheering for the Marines. Yeah, most people hate those Eldar. But you know what? They can really put in the work. As you can see, Janis has deployed a lot of guys sort of aesthetically behind this crate, so I wanted to get a cool shot of them. And her Howling Banshees there, still waiting to be placed on the board, along with her Dire Avengers and Striking Scorpions. And Pat Wilson's Salamanders are starting to come out here on the board. Getting some pretty cool, interesting deployments here from the Astartes player.
And that's basically
Really loving the
the Raven Guard list is 5 million suppressor.
guy that he's placed over here behind this tower. I think that's going to be a big play in this game, but we'll have to wait to see.
Okay.
So I'm going to swap him out for a regular Guardian.
Sounds good to me. Yeah.
I apologize.
That's okay.
So,
My last placement was the sniper.
okay, Guardian.
Yep.
All right, the easy placement of the Guardian next to the cannon. Sorry. The Guardian Defender obviously being the only one that can shoot with that guy, so they have to be together. Another Guardian Defender going down on the board. Are those Scorpions in reserve?
Yes, these are
Ah.
reserved.
So she's got 2 Scorpions in reserve right now, her Exarch and the regular one, and she's going to hopefully try to remember to bring them in this game. Not that she needed to last
Go
game.
reserve. My Reaver.
Ah,
Deployed.
Okay.
that's a Reaver?
Reaver Sergeant.
Ah, so the Reaver Sergeant is going into reserve, so looks like both players are taking full advantage of some reserve shenanigans.
Okay.
I wonder, can you
Still got
deploy?
these guys.
Oh yeah.
Can you deploy into combat if you're like one?
I don't
I don't think
think
so.
so. I mean, there's nothing that says you can't, but that,
That's some shenanigans.
yeah.
Aesthetics Deluxe, no. That is wrong. It's not Bealtan, it's Ulthway. She's looking for those saves of the Feel No Pain.
Okay.
Hey, it served me well.
Let's roll for initiative.
Okay.
And yes, today it is...
6.
Oh no.
Oh, wait, is that initiative?
4. Alright.
Oh, looks like we got an initiative roll.
I'm gonna spend a point
Who
to
won the
decisive
initiative?
move.
Okay.
She did.
Ah, looks like Janis won the initiative. And Pat's going to be using a decisive move.
He's gonna charge the 2 banshees.
Ooh, looks like we're getting a charge here against these Banshees. Janis is trying to overwatch with her pistols, but is not successful. And I'm pretty sure a 4 is going to make it because they were practically on top of each other in those deployments anyways. Oh, actually, you can't see it in that angle. Let me switch to this camera real quick. So what's happened over here is the first decisive move was he charged into her Banshees over here, and locking them up in combat so that she can't do the same to him. See a little bit better from this angle. We've got Janis is pondering what to do here. Was that an advance?
Yeah, that's an advance.
Looks like one of her Guardian Defenders.
One of the Storm Guardians.
Oh no, one of the Storm Guardian Gunners is going to be advancing. Trying to stay out of that 1-inch bubble with that other model so that he can make his way slowly over to the other
That's the guy with the
far
Yep.
objective, I'm guessing. Oh, we got another advance with the other Storm Guardian. So the Storm Guardian is trying to make sure that she has 2 people on that objective. Oh no, looks like she just has 1.
And that's the flamer.
What?
That's actually, yeah. Great. The visor. The visor's the flamer. Okay.
Custodes versus Custodes.
Oh my god. Okay, guys, I just got to tell you guys, we're having a Custodes versus Custodes match over on one of the other tables. Do you know who's playing them?
He's going to advance.
Do you have the? Is that yours? Oh no, I was wondering for. Oh, actually, I could probably bring it up on here. I was gonna try and look at the pairings so I could see it. They're in pod 2. Pod. Pod 3. Okay.
He's going to advance.
Oh my gosh, 3 Custodes players in one pod. Oh, and Janis is making an advance with the Storm Guardian.
Guardian.
With the what?
Regular
Oh,
Guardian.
Guardian Defender, just regular Guardian. And I'm going to try and find out who those 2 Custodes players are real quick, just for my own curiosity. So they said they were in Pod 3.
Okay.
Move through the easy things first. He's going to ready.
Okay.
Oh, of course, BCP doesn't show that on their desktop app. And I don't have access to my phone because it's currently streaming for all you guys. So I don't know. But I'm guessing, because I know Jesse brought Custodes, I'm guessing it's Jesse versus Jacob, but I don't know because I can't see people's factions on BCP. So we'll see. Oh wait, yes I can. Here we go. So it's not Jacob. He's running Grey Knights. Looks like. And
Is outflank 1 inch?
so it must be
That's the only restriction,
Anthony
1 inch
and
per
Ryan.
I think so.
Ah yes. So it's Anthony Hosking and Ryan Jarvis. They're the 2 Custodes players playing each other.
I
That
think it has a different.
definitely
Does have a
is
different thing.
amazing. I love that so much.
It's in elites.
I'm really excited to see how that game goes out.
Where's the
I think Custodes are going to take it.
A bold prediction. Reserve tactics. Outflank. Use this tactic at the end of the movement phase. Choose a model from your kill team that was set up in reserve and set them up within 1 inches and more than 5 inches away.
Actually, just
So there is a with. Okay.
this has gotten out of hand. I'm just going to. Oh, it was the other side.
You want it?
Yeah, scoot it
Is that?
a little bit more. Perfect.
Is that good? Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Just want to fix the board a little bit. Okay.
He's gonna make a normal move.
All right. So Pat's making a normal move with that
Scoot around here so that he's
hidden leader, so he doesn't get blasted off the board like
not seeing
Chris
Horrible Star
did.
Cannon and seeing these 2 guys, but they're both out of range. He wants the unfair advantage. He's going to advance my
And he's advancing
Intercessor Sergeant.
with the sergeant.
Okay.
Ooh.
Is good enough. Free and hide.
So far, things seem to be looking pretty good for Pat, but as we saw last game, that doesn't necessarily mean that Janis can't just
18-inch range on
destroy
Dark
you.
Avengers, 12-inch range on Fusion. He's gonna normal move.
So we got, you can see the Reaver over here, waiting for his time to shine in the reserves, and down here you've got Janis's Scorpions in reserve, and yeah.
He's gonna charge the flamer.
Ooh, we got a charge. Looks like the Flamer is being charged.
The fusion gunner.
Oh, the Fusion Gunner. Oh, no whiff on the Overwatch, but he looks like he makes it in with that 5. So that's 2 successful charges for the Astartes. We'll see how that plays out. These are...
Making 2 charges.
Are those the guys with the shotguns that charged? Yeah. Okay, so it's his shotgun scouts that have tied up the Eldar in combat. Although one of them is in combat with 2 Banshees, which doesn't look like it'll be a good result, but you never know with those Astartes. They deny death. For 3 CP. Thanks, Zappin' 2.
He's going to charge. That
Just trying to make sure.
fusion gunner that's in combat.
Or was that sarcastic?
Don't get an 8.
I can't tell. Are you saying that there's nice lighting, or are you trying to be sarcastic about the glare?
Let's stay put. Recharge the dice back.
Oh. Looks like we had a failed charge.
Oh, right, wait. That's right. I have another thing.
No, I get to place mine.
Oh, sure, yeah, you do. Yeah, end of the movement phase.
All right, so end of the movement phase. Looks like Janis's Scorpions are coming out of reserve here. Looks like we're getting them. Oh, thanks, Zappin' too. I was just wondering. All right, so those Scorpions are coming out of reserve. Looks like we got one behind the container trying to hide, and the other one back over trying to instigate the leader of the Astartes. And ooh,
Outflank.
we got the outflank. We got
And that's my last CP. So I'm at 0 CP.
Actually, I'm gonna do something fun here for you guys because I have these capabilities.
Wait,
Unlike
starting
front
the shooting
line.
phase, Auspex and comms.
In their mainstream.
Yep.
I'm gonna come. See if I can do this.
I'm going to spend my last command point on our time of need on the
Show you guys a little bit of the battlefield in action here. Sorry for the shaky cam. This thing's pretty heavy, and I'm trying to talk in the microphone at the same time. Get some cool shots here for you guys.
one wound.
Is it AP minus 3?
Yes.
Okay, so I get a 6. Nope.
One wound.
Okay.
Okay, you're ready.
My ready.
All right, that was fun. Now, no more of that ever again, because that was terrible. I tried.
I'm going to shoot the Guardian Defender.
Okay.
We'll make sure I'm in range first. Which, yes, okay, good. He's long range,
Okay.
but ignoring obscurity and have the comms, so he's hitting on 3.
Okay.
And 1 shot. Hits.
Looks like he hit the Guardian.
So it's AP minus
Wounds on a
3,
6 with the AP minus 3.
both way.
Ooh, those all go through. And we've got an out of action.
So that's ready back to you.
I don't have it ready.
Okay. I don't believe that I have it ready either. I do not. So not ready to draft it.
Okay. Set him on fire.
Yep.
All right, we got a shot.
Oh, my dice have turned.
Who's shooting?
My flamer.
Ah, the flamer.
Wounds.
For 4. I'll do leader to your scorpion.
Okay.
Just
Ooh,
one shot.
leader's going into the scorpion here.
Hitting on a 3.
You can't see that because it's
Salamander reroll.
behind the.
I'm wounding on a 3.
But his.
Alright, AP -1.
Okay.
And 2 flat too.
Save.
Saves, alright.
Wait,
Alright, back
that's
to
a
you.
spear.
Okay. I am going to shoot the Reaver.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. I'm in studio mode.
2 hits.
So it, leader here. Although now that's too late. Now what's going on?
Reaver will shoot back.
Okay.
Rapid fire hitting on 3s.
All right, we got one hit with the rapid fire.
Save.
Who was that against?
That
Against
was
the
the
Oh,
Reaver to the
so everybody's going into that that scorpion over there on the side, which you can't see on this angle.
He's just in. Yep.
So we'll get a better shot for you guys.
First one. Snake eyes.
Fortunately, Janis is blocking the other camera.
Both hit. One wound. Okay.
Is that guy back there?
8 inches. So I should definitely. I have to be within. Alright.
Yeah.
So it's just obscured. So I'll be hitting on 4s.
Okay.
No, hitting on 5.
Yeah.
And that might not be the best idea. Especially with the 4 gimbal. I'll go there.
Okay.
So I'm hitting on 4s because I'm it.
Okay.
Who's hitting?
It's heavy bolter into that guy.
Oh, heavy bolter into the flamer. Ooh, out of action.
It's 2. I have
Janis
one
lost
shot.
the
I
flamer.
don't have a shot left because I should have shot him.
I can see
It's a big win for the Astartes.
leader.
Yep.
Looks like the Dire Avenger is trying to hit
Camo cloak.
the guard, the leader.
Obscured long range. Plus camo cloak. So 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, the cloak,
And I don't
camo
think I
cloak
have a
is
shot
making it impossible for anybody to hit
anywhere.
the leader.
So I chose poorly. I should have shot there first.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is all of my shooting.
Oh, that's all the shooting. Oh, I'm still in the movement phase. See, I'm good at this stuff.
Oh, right. I was the charger. That's right. Good idea. Good
So,
plan.
now we're in the fight
Gonna
phase.
hit the regular Howling Banshee because
So the shotgun
smarter idea.
scouts trying to get that first shot on those Howling Banshees. Ooh, hits with a 5. Oh, Salamander reroll. It's going to wound on that 3. Oh, and Janis gets a 1. Feel no pain is unsuccessful. And oh, that Banshee's out of action. That was surprising.
Do here. Reroll the wound, but not a hit.
Saved.
Ooh,
Okay. Banshee strikes back.
so the Banshee Exarch is striking back towards the scout. Hits with all.
Wounds.
Yep.
Oh, and wounds with all 3.
-2.
-3.
-3, so I don't get a save.
No save because -3, and it's gonna be 3 damage.
Yeah.
Oh, and he got that scout,
All right.
and it looks like she's gonna try and consolidate into the other scout.
Just moving up a little bit.
Oh, okay, yeah, not within 1 inch of the other scout, but onto the objective.
And you get to punch back the other with the fusion gunner.
And she's gonna hit with the fusion gunner and wound that other scout. Wait,
Oh, no.
Strength 3. Yeah, it doesn't wound.
no wound because
Okay. I hold 1. You hold 1.
oh, all right, we're doing scoring.
Ooh, you hold 2. Yep.
Let's find out how well we did.
And I killed
You killed more.
Yeah. So more.
Did anyone score any secondaries?
I got Vicious Assault for my 2 charges. And
Pat
I
got Vicious Assault for 2
Reconnaissance
charges,
for my 2 board edges.
and Reconnaissance for the 2 board edges outside of his deployment zone.
I got recon. Because I do have guys in
Janis,
the deployment zone.
did Janis score any secondaries this round? Oh,
Reconnaissance.
Reconnaissance. All right. And so I believe, how many points is that total?
I'm at 5.
I'm at 4.
5 to 4. All right, Pat is leading the charge here in round 1 with 5 to 4.
Territorial too.
And now we go into round 2.
Yep, I got territorial. So it's 5-5.
Oh, 5-5.
Yeah,
What was the other thing?
territorial.
Oh, territorial.
Yeah, because one of his scouts
Yeah.
in my deployment zone.
Ah, so it's 5-5 actually.
Okay, initiative.
My scout. Is my scout wholly within the deployment zone now? I couldn't have been wholly within the deployment zone because I was touching the objective. And so in order to be wholly within, I have to be wholly within. So it was not possible for me to be touching the objective. So it's back to 5 to 4.
Wait, what?
Back to 5 to 4. I wasn't wholly within her deployment zone. For
So
territorial.
so you've got 4.
I've got 5.
So you've got 5.
No, I got 4.
Okay.
Because I thought it was just in deployment zone, not totally within.
Oh, okay, yeah, gotcha. Okay, so never mind. The original score stands.
I kind of didn't want to. But
Oh,
I
and
guess I will.
who won the initiative there?
I did.
Ooh, Pat wins the initiative. So we are now going into movement.
Combat Reavers charging the Scorpion.
Combat Reavers charging the Scorpion. Looks like Janis tried to overwatch, but
Oh, really?
it was
Alright, let's see if I don't think 3 gets me within an inch.
Oh, this is gonna be a tough one. Not sure if this makes it in or not. Actually, 3
Pretty, yeah.
might just be just outside of what he needed.
It's just outside.
Yeah, just outside.
Okay.
Ah, yes, looks like it was just outside of what he wanted. So he's gonna spend a CP to re-roll that.
Just 4 more.
Oh, 9. That's gonna get him in there. No problem now.
Let's see if I can. Okay, cool. Do that.
Oh, actually.
He's gonna try and charge 2 in to get the thing, but it's like he's got a big fat ass. He can't get through there. That's not a good idea. This is either.
He's trying to get his 2 charges in this turn, but it's not looking very doable.
Probably a 7.
A 7. Yeah, it's basically like 6.5. I need to roll a 7.
He's going to try and get that charge over here.
And I've used a reroll, so
Ooh, he's got his 10. I think that's going to make it in with that scorpion. So it looks like Pat made it in with that scorpion on the right. Interesting choice to take a charging secondary in this round for the Astartes player.
Hey, Janis, can you do me a favor and pull the whole board to you like half an inch? Yes. Actually, a little bit more.
he's gonna do it.
Perfect, thank you.
Here.
That's better. My OCD. Okay. All right, Pat's trying to figure out what he wants to do here.
You've got 1 Guardian,
Dire Avenger, Storm Guardian,
Storm Guardian, and regular Guardian.
regular Guardian.
Y'all ready?
Looks like Janis has one of her Storm Guardians back still in her deployment zone, possibly for screening purposes. Oh, that's the leader. Ah, yes.
He's gonna make a normal move. Okay. I've got 1 leader left.
This little guy right here.
He's going to make a normal move back here. And Star Cannon's 36-inch range, right?
What's that?
Star Cannon's 36-inch, so
All right, he's just checking range on that
okay.
Eliminated.
Star Cannon.
1 scout and
Guardian,
and
Storm Guardian.
and expansion.
Oh man, that says
All right, that's my movement.
All right.
these are nice scouts.
They're
Looks like that's all the Astartes movement.
Falling back.
yeah.
So they stuck you in the champions pod, and you're winning.
So far, yeah. So far, yeah. My dice have been okay. I've had to reroll some charges, but they've been pretty. The salamander reroll is just it's just really good. It's just really good.
We got a celebrity onlooker here, Michael T. Holy. He's interested in this game. His two
This time, but
his 2 teams that he brought to SoCal, playing against each other, might be making some internal decisions whether or not he wants to take one or the other. I'm not sure. See how well they do against each other in this round. Maybe might influence his decision a little bit here.
I have one, but it was only because everything else hit.
Some charges here. Oh,
Ideal.
But mostly it's been on the last few seconds.
oh no, it's an advance. Looks like the Dire Avenger might be trying to get onto that center objective.
Power Banshee's going to charge.
Yep, and we got charge here. The Banshee's trying to get into that
He can't.
Oh yeah, no, I can't.
that scout
looks like
I was successful. Pretty hard not to be successful when you're 2 inches away.
What's that?
Looks like we've got an advance. The Dire
I
Avengers
actually thought he
trying
was
to
in
get
combat
up
with the Exarch as well.
onto that platform.
Yeah. No, you
It's a great angle, but Janice's arm is in the way here, so I'm going to move the camera a bit so we can get some shots with this camera that aren't being blocked.
Do you have your roster for this one? Yeah. Actually, I handed it to Sheldon.
Here you go. Yeah, so looks like Janice is moving the gun down here back kind of into a better position to maybe interrogate that leader who's hiding in an angle that I don't think I can see with any of my cameras, unfortunately.
Yep.
But that just is a testament to how well he's hiding.
So, ready shooter cannot see anyone.
Oh, all right, we're going into shooting.
Oh, wait. Can he see? No. He can't see him.
All right, let's.
That was probably
Looks
what
like
you
the
were
ready shooter can't see anything.
All right, not ready shooter to me. I will. I'll take a shot.
Probably going for that Dire Avenger Exarch in the center, I'm guessing.
I'll take a shot with the heavy bolter into.
The heavy bolter is going to be making a shot into the Guardian that's
It looks like obscured.
piloting the
Range here.
Star Cannon. And
So I'll be hitting
looks
on
like it's
4s.
long range, hitting on 4s. And he gets one hit, doing a Salamander reroll, but it was unsuccessful. Gets no wounds. All right, he rerolled again and got it. And Janis was unable to make the feel no pain, or oh, that was a regular save. Regular save was made.
That, I guess, is to you.
Okay. Star Cannon. Star Cannon. Leader.
All right. Looks like Star Cannon's assaulting the leader. Cock dice didn't help though. One
He's got a camo cloak and
Oh,
he's obscured.
that's right. Camo cloak. So he won't hit.
One hit because the camo cloak obscured. Oh. Getting a 2 there. Janice is deciding if that's worth a reroll. Looks like it was worth a reroll. Spent a CP. Oh, and it was worth the CP. Got that
I
6.
got a save on a 6.
All right. Looks like the Astartes have a save on a 6. Oh, and the Astartes make that 6. That's
Alright. And maybe a reaver.
That's pretty impressive dice there. Double 6s for both players.
The next thing that I can shoot might be dangerous.
Ooh, looks like that Dire Avenger Exarch's getting into the way of.
Range, but that way it's obscured. So I will shoot here.
Okay.
Auto bolt rifle. assault
Auto bolt
2.
rifle into the Dire Avenger Exarch.
We're on long range 4s.
Long range on 4s. Ooh, made 1.
And I've already used both rerolls.
Ooh, and
No AP.
he got a 6. So- oh, and that 6 is a save for the Dire Avenger Exarch.
Okay. XR.
I'm guessing the Dire Avenger. Oh, yes, the Dire Avenger on top is going to be firing down at that heavy bolter.
Short range.
Heavily obscured.
2 hits.
Ooh, whiffed it with those 2s. Janice's dice have turned against her, it
As
seems.
always. One good game Too bad game.
The dice did so well for her that first game.
Is the heavy weapons.
Okay.
Maybe it's Pat's day to
At
shine.
long range, I believe that's over 12 inches. Yeah. He's at long range and obscured. He's hitting on 5s, and I've used my salamanders.
Hitting on a 5, and he got it.
Do it.
Oh, but not so lucky on the...
Did the Star Cannon already shoot?
It did, but it's the only thing that I can shoot at.
And he saved.
Just curious.
Yeah.
But it's a 3-up save. Yeah.
He's been saving pretty much
No,
everything
I'm
I throw
not
at him.
rerolling that. All right, that is as it is.
Okay. Chargers.
Chargers.
Oh, all right, we're going into the fight phase.
Oh,
Looks
first
like
off,
that was all the
Manda Blaster.
shooting.
Yeah, Manda Blaster.
Nope. Manda Blaster. Yes.
Yes. All right.
Mortal
Yeah,
wound.
just mortal wounds.
Flesh wound.
Oh, looks like the Banshee put a flesh wound onto... Oh,
Manda Blaster.
oh, the Scorpion put a flesh wound onto the gentleman with the backpack.
Here.
I think that's a heavy bolter.
I did decisive strike.
Oh, okay, Janis did a decisive strike.
3 hits. Two wounds. -3.
-3, so I need 6 of this.
Now, trying to get that kill.
No.
Oh,
Well, I might. Okay, before you roll that out of action, I might. I'm gonna spend my last CP to Battle Brothers onto my leader.
ooh, spending the last CP to Battle Brothers onto
Now
the
it's damage
leader.
profile 1.
He has 3 wounds.
Yes, 2 wounds.
Oh, okay, so it
When
wasn't
I
the
turn
gentleman
your
with the
damage
backpack, it
profile,
was the
it's
guy
for
in
an
the
equal number of mortal wounds.
blocking the
So
leader.
now it's for the injury roll is damage profile 1.
Oh, okay.
What do you get you?
Okay.
Still got it. All right. Scorpion
Scorpion
Claw.
Claw.
Oh, and his leader's dead.
To turn the 2 into a 1. But
He Battle Brothers onto the leader, and the leader went out of action.
all right. So
That was-
Chargers, kind of
That was a
doesn't
pretty
really
crazy
matter.
turn of events.
So we'll go here. Ignoring the flesh wounds because superhuman weirdos hits. No, it doesn't wound. Yeah, that's fine. Over here, combat. He's got 3 attacks plus 1 for combat.
All right, Combat Reaver is going back in for revenge.
3 hits. Yes, your Reaver. Yes.
One wound.
1 wound. Well, salamander.
1 wound.
1 wound.
All right, 1 wound onto that Scorpion, and that's not a save.
Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah, feel the pain?
And that's also nothing. So that Scorpion takes a wound.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
And that's the Biting Blade.
Scorpion Claw.
Scorpion Claw.
Oh, Scorpion Claw.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it now. Sorry.
I forgot to shoot with my Dire Avenger Exarch.
Oh, no, you did. I think, no,
No,
you didn't.
I didn't.
No,
I
you
shot
didn't.
with that Dire Avenger.
Yeah.
Such is life. Okay.
Oh, yeah, we did this one, or I did that. So,
Yeah.
sorry.
My Charger.
Yep.
All right, coming back in here.
Zealot.
The Zealot. Ooh,
3 hits.
3 hits.
2 wounds.
2 wounds.
-3.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a great angle if it wasn't for
Oh,
Janis's
no, no,
arm. All right.
3 wounds.
Oh, 3 damage.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's out of action.
That was here.
Oh, you're right. But now
So
you
now we've got
That one. Hit. Wound.
got that Scorpion in the back. Is just successfully wounded.
Plus 1 strength.
And oh,
Hit.
ouch.
let's go.
That's a pretty successful Eldar combat phase.
That is exactly
Took out
how-
2
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 Astartes there in that combat phase.
I think maybe taking 1 model out of action.
Yeah.
The times that I played. Okay.
Okay.
So okay. You gotta get the bad guys out of the way.
Is that all the combat?
That's all the combat. I'm
All
at
right,
exactly
now
half,
we're going
so I'm not
to-
taking test yet.
Oops.
Okay.
He's at 1 wound, so nobody's shaking.
Okay.
And I hold 1, and I didn't kill.
Wrong button.
So I got all 4 for
I
primary.
wanted to press this
got-
button.
No,
There we go.
That's an intercessor sergeant with chainsword and auspice. Oh,
So, does anybody have to take any morale type
recon
things?
Sweep, and I got vicious assault.
What's that?
Did anyone have to take morale things?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Oh, he does. Does he?
No, he's on 1 wound.
Oh, he's on
not
one
on a
wound.
flesh
I thought he was a
wound.
flesh wound.
No, and then I got recon sweep and vicious assault because the charges were there.
Looks like Pat was able to get recon sweep and vicious assault, and
Cut apart
Janice got cut apart,
and territorial and recon.
and territorial and recon. All right. So, what's the final score for this
Oh, no,
round?
that's him. Hip shooting. Never mind. I didn't get that.
You didn't get which one?
I thought I had cut apart. It was hip
Oh,
shooting that I took.
I'm on 8 right now.
I thought you got cut apart.
I didn't. I thought I had cut apart. I didn't take
Oh,
it.
you
I
didn't
took-
take cut
yeah,
apart.
I was thinking I had cut apart, but it was hip shooting. They're the.
Wait, I
Oh.
didn't get recon sweep. I got reconnaissance. I got reconnaissance, not recon sweep.
Yeah. I have reconnaissance.
So
Reconnaissance?
No, recon
Oh,
sweep.
recon sweep.
Yeah, the one that gets me the.
Yeah.
how many points?
I'm on 8.
I have
All right,
7
Pat
or
has
10.
8 hits. Oh, so
Yeah,
the game has shifted in Janice's favor.
So I'm only getting 1 command.
She
bonus
now
because my
has
leader is
10.
unfortunately dead.
I have 2.
And Pat, with the Astartes, has 8.
4.
3. Thank you.
Didn't see that coming.
Oh, looks like Janice got the initiative.
Yeah, this actually might be my favorite. How engaged she's going to charge there?
It's a long charge.
And
So 6 doesn't make it.
we are now going into round 3.
Ooh, even worse. She stays put.
Oh, what just happened?
Yeah. It was really
And she failed to charge.
Oh, the Banshee just failed the charge.
like looking and being like, no. I mean, yeah. I mean, it was still likely to make it, but. Yeah. That's 7, 2,
That was the reason it was good to go first. Everyone else is bad.
yeah. Well, otherwise, it was. I need to get him doing because I had to move first last time, so she could hide from the last fusel, and I need to get the last fusel doing work. Otherwise, life is real bad.
It's heavy, right?
Yeah. It's heavy, and he's comm specs, so it's not bad, but it was just nothing. I could see nothing.
All right. Looks like that.
This guy's going to advance.
Advance with the Storm Guardian, I think. Gunner. Yeah, looks like that's the Storm Guardian Gunner taking an advance back behind the crate there. Oh yeah, those glass half dead special objective markers. Well, as some of you might know, Glass Half Dead is a special guest at the event. A bunch of
That's everything.
people donated money, a lot of them here, to make sure that he was able to get out. And he's now actually playing.
Oh, it's good.
He,
You got a drink. Never mind.
oh, actually, no, he was playing in the AM pods, but he's not playing in the PM pods. And he's going to be playing tomorrow. And if he doesn't make it into the top 8, which we're all hopeful for, he will be shoutcasting the finals. So let's all hope he has some bad dice
Fusion guy.
so that we can hear his lovely voice on this shoutcast. Not that I would normally wish that on anybody, but I'm a little selfish because I donated.
see? I don't. Can these two see each other?
He's got a tip of the gun out. So
Okay.
yes.
In that
Just
case,
checking
we're
some
gonna
line of
go
sight here.
to here.
Okay.
Has to be completely out of line of sight, which I don't know if he's done there. Hey Pat,
Hey, what?
if your intention is to be out of line of sight,
Yeah.
I don't know if that is.
He's out of line of sight of fusion gun.
Oh, okay.
Of the fusion gunner.
Yeah.
That's what he's mostly afraid of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, because he's in the open to the Avenger X-Arc and the other Avenger.
Yeah.
All right. No, it's
uh,
okay.
that's because this is actually the meat lick.
Regular move.
The Meat Lick competitive kill team stream, or damn it, the Meat Lick competitive Meat Lick stream.
Scoot him a little closer.
Glass Half Dead did not end up going Harlequins. He took Necrons in the AM pods. Don't know what he'll take for the big GT, but those Necrons looked pretty cool. I got to see him. He had some cool conversions.
Okay.
All right. That's the movement.
Okay.
All right.
Ready to you.
Shooting stuff.
Is that all the movement?
And start. I'm gonna comms aspects.
Right.
All right. Looks like we're on shooting.
So first readied. Gonna put.
Oh, why is it not
shots
working
down on
anymore?
him.
Oh, yeah, because I'm on the text. There we go.
One hit. Wounds. Made it.
No, he's a scout.
Oh, he's a scout.
Four.
By the way, that Meat Lick
Oh.
comment earlier, just so people aren't confused, is because I have the camera reversed.
Second shot from him.
And the kill team is backwards.
2 hits.
Isn't he on long range?
Oh, yes, long range.
Yeah, because it's 18 inches and he should be out of 9 inches.
Who's shooting?
Yeah.
The X-Arc.
Oh, the Dire Avenger X-Arc is shooting.
He hit the first, missed the second.
Missed.
Yeah.
Okay, readied.
Yep.
I'm going to use the Eldar tactic of in our time of need, and I'm going to put 1 on each of them.
Which tactic?
Which tactic?
Yeah.
In our time of need.
Oh, in our time of need. So Janis has used the tactic in our time of
5
need.
on him, 6 on him.
Yep. The 6. Nope. The other one. Nope.
Oh, but did not get it.
This. Hit.
So it's on this guy.
What's that?
No, he was ready.
He was ready.
It's camo cloak. So he's hitting on 6s. And then,
So long and long.
So it should have been. So
It's 18 inches away, right?
yeah. So 2 to start.
Yeah.
Camo cloak.
Yeah.
Obscured.
Yeah. Oh, so it would have been 5.
Yeah.
5.
5.
So he still didn't get hit, but he got hit
Yes.
twice, basically.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he should have only been a 4.
Yeah.
Not sure what just happened, but Janis is rolling.
Let's see how many. Oh, right, I get to save.
Yeah, you maybe
And Pat might make a save. We'll see. They're not getting into the dice thing. 3. There we go. No save. And 2 damage. Ooh, and it's an out of action.
Whether I wanted to Battle Brothers, but that's fine.
Oh.
He's not the valuable one. He's the valuable one.
Okay, Pat
And he's already
was
done the
wondering if
comms
he
now.
wanted to do the Battle Brothers, but Janis is just rolling hot.
It does.
Not giving him time to think.
Both things.
Janis doesn't give you time to think. You have to be quick
Prospects and comms.
if you want to fight these Eldar.
I'm going to double check.
I'll look it up. Keep doing.
Okay.
You're gonna shoot next.
Because I'm going to shoot next, so it's
You don't have it. You don't have any ready, do you?
Oh no, I know.
Okay. My first non-readied.
No, I'm wrong. Auspex happens at the start, but comms does not.
So I think maybe you get the
I get the
You
Auspex.
still get the
I get the
Auspex,
Auspex, but not the comms. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
First
Okay.
one ready. I'm gonna put shots on
Yep.
him. 2 hit. One wound.
Oop,
and
Janis gets
minus
1
3.
wound. Oh, no save.
Let's see. No, I'm not going to reroll a 6 off this one.
Flesh wound. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Oh, Janis gets a 6. What?
That will get me hip shooting.
I was upset that you didn't use the grenade, but then you got the
Yeah.
6. So.
I was fishing for the 6 on the. I thought about your first shot.
Oh, rough. Real rough. Let's see. All right, so your non-ready shooting is here
Here,
and there. Yeah.
but I don't have any shot.
All right.
Right.
All right, we're going into non-readied shooting now. Looks like that gentleman who tried to hide earlier is going in for a.
It's not within an inch of the obscuring terrain.
This guy right back here
I'm going to put him into your Banshee.
into the
'Cause
Banshee.
That's not obscured or long range. Looking for 3s. Wow.
Oh, not looking good on that shooting.
Banshee has 2 wounds, right?
Yeah. So you are fired. Okay. Now I'm ready to.
Big news, Pat's firing parts of his team.
He's gonna shoot down yonder.
Yeah.
Didn't make the cut. Those ones.
Go here. The sniper.
Sniper
3.
is trying to take out, I'm guessing.
Ignoring the obscure. Wait, no. I think I'm hitting on 4s. Because I didn't get the comms. Yeah, I'm hitting on 4s.
Okay.
So I didn't get the comms, and I haven't.
Yeah.
Salamander.
Maybe.
All right, that
What?
hits.
That's I found
So
it.
2s.
Oh, thanks.
Salamander.
Yeah, and I can even do
Okay. And it's minus
lethal arc
3.
over here.
What do you got, 2?
Yeah, yours toughness 4, and I'm strength 8.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, that's the last few.
Yeah, I'm streaming at
So
Twitch,
minus 3.
YouTube, DLive, Periscope,
Yep.
and
No.
I think something else. Oh yeah, Mixer.
Flat 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the feel no pain.
This I don't think the guy gets feel no pain. Oh, he does.
I think it does. Yeah. No, it's still.
You gotta get 3.
Blocking it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at that for a second.
It did.
I think he's got like 9,
And then knocks that off.
and she's got.
All right. I think that's all my shooting.
I think she's got 12 or 13.
We're looking real bad here. Looking real bad.
He's out of range. I'm thinking.
Where's your second guy? I can't even find. Oh, here's
There's
Oh no.
Yeah.
He's in range.
Oh, so this one's not live. I can do stuff over here, and then
He
this
is
one's
obscured
what's
and camera
actually
cloaked,
live going out.
but not.
So I
And
could
long
like,
range.
if I wanted to like do something over here or
Anytime I need a 6, I roll
change
1.
something before I switch to
that's
it,
it for
right?
me.
Like I want to put this
That's it
pointer
for me too.
here, so that when I
I don't
switch
score
to
any
it,
secondaries. I got
it's
kill
there.
1 and I got pull 1.
I can do that before
Okay, I got hip shooting,
I can.
territory.
So it's,
or, no, I didn't
I
get
can do
territory.
I can even do stuff so I can even go on to the actual scene, and I can do something, and it's not going to be live
No, that was in your deployment zone.
until I transition over.
No, deployment zone is
Oh, okay.
right.
That way I
it's the
can-
middle of the board here,
Yeah.
middle of the
I
board
can
here. So,
do stuff without it affecting the actual stream that's going out.
Okay, so I didn't get that one.
There's the 2.
Okay.
So I'm on 10 and you're on 15.
She was 10 last time.
Yeah, I know. I'm on 10. I think she's on 15. She got full
That
one,
was a
full
big round.
Oh, we're scoring.
16.
16.
Looks
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Did you get that?
What was it?
16 to
10.
So you got 16? Okay, it looks like Janis is pulling into round 3
I do need to
with
break
16,
under a not that. We
or
are
round 4 with
broken.
16 to 10.
No, we rolled shake test. Yeah.
The nerves that will now follow from the breaks.
Which so he's at minus. I need a 1.
Plus 6.
Yeah.
You need a 2. No,
This
you're
guy.
right, you're right.
He needs a 1.
Yeah, he needs a 1. You get 2 chances now.
Yeah. Nope. All right, so he's shaking.
He has a 7.
And this guy needs. He's
That guy's
8
probably
liters.
7.
No, he's 7. He's still 7. He still needs a 7 or a 1. I mean,
Hey!
he did it.
Ooh,
So
they
this guy
the
is
morale they passed there,
shaking. All right. Last turn,
and it
you're
looks
up.
like we are going into round 4. Oh,
Over to you.
All right.
oops, sorry. Well, who won initiative there?
My,
Oh, okay,
my
Pat
one
won
remaining
initiative.
model needs to have
Right as I was changing over to the round. Sorry about that, guys. So round 4 looks like Pat is coming in hot with this one. We'll see what he can do here to try and turn the tide.
Hold that. Or try.
Okay. Um,
Are you doing a decisive strike?
no.
Oh, what's going on? Sorry.
It's my he moved. his one
I read
model.
it.
Oh, okay.
Because he's shaking.
Yeah,
Ah.
because he broke.
Oh, he's only got 1 model left.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 models. But one shaken.
All right. So Janis has once again brought her opponent to 2 models with 1 shaken in the end of the game. These Eldar shooting, the shooting Eldar are dominating this pod, it seems like.
Hi there.
I think this is pretty secure
And she's going to try to
win for Janis here.
We're going to have some Eldar and Eldar matchups. I don't know how those are going to go.
I think that makes it.
I think that would make
That should 6 should make it. No.
We did an Eldar matchup against Janis at
charge
Nova,
again.
and she won.
At least she's holding the objective.
Yeah, she's
first
holding
time I
the
met her was at Nova. It was my Eldar versus her Eldar. No, she had a different list completely.
That should make it.
Yeah.
That's going to be the trick.
Yeah.
Yarg.
That massive. What list do you bring?
Yeah. I think I would have switched over to Dire Avengers like later, knowing what happened, knowing what her list was, but
And that'll
it
give
was
me-
it was a pretty intense game.
The Nice Cast guy is bringing Asuryani, and the guy who won the pod is bringing Asuryani.
Oh.
This gentleman is bringing Asuryani.
Oh man, a lot of Asuryani tomorrow.
It's going to be at least 5.
Looks like we got a lot of Asuryani players that are doing well at these pods. So odds are pretty high. You're gonna see some Asuryani on Asuryani action tomorrow.
So you got 2 wins? Yeah, there you go. Are you in the same pod or are you in the other pod?
I'm in the same.
Okay.
All right. Ready to
Decisive
me?
shot.
All right, we're going into the shooting. Looks like.
I kind of suspected that. Yeah.
With him.
Yeah.
Hits.
Hits.
All right, Janis hit. Ooh, and it's a wound.
Yeah, -4.
Oh, the fusion. Fusion goes through.
4 wounds.
Oh, 2 damage.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Michael. Oh, 4 wounds. He's out.
Wait, why was it 2?
Because I'm within half.
Within 6 inches.
Within
Oh,
6
oh my
inches.
gosh.
So that
Oh my gosh.
hip shooting.
The fusion gun was within 6 inches. She got to roll the dice twice.
That's had a hell of a run.
And it looks like Pat is about to get tabled here.
Panda blaster.
Here's the last one. The Scorpion's trying to put the nail in the coffin here with this last combat.
2 hits.
Yeah.
You put that on yourself.
I did. Yeah.
2 wounds.
Yeah.
Or 1 wound.
1 wound.
1 wound. No save.
As well.
Oh,
Tabled.
that was another tabling by Janis. And what was the final score? You still have 10.
I was on 10. Yeah.
And Janis counting up her winnings here.
It just feels so short. They're just supposed to be fancy.
Monsieur Quack. Oh wait, hold on. 19? Okay, so it looks like Janis had 19. 19 to 10 in the close there, with another win, securing her position on the top table. You saw it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Monsieur Quack, Michael T. Holy, has informed me he will be playing Asuryani tomorrow. That could be a mind game. We will see. I think the results of this game were pretty definitive that might have been a good choice, so we'll see. But that was game 2 of the Friday PM pods. And there's the handshake. Looks like another definitive win for Janis Gilham's Asuryani.
Everything out of it.
The Asuryani are cleaning up here today, looks like.
Are you bringing your Michael? You bringing yours tomorrow?
Ah, Michael just confirmed.
Yeah.
He is definitely bringing Asuryani now.
A different list, but I'm like, the elder brought me this far. They brought me to the dance. I'm gonna take them home.
That was my attitude too. And I didn't have.
I always try to have casino dice on my stream,
Yeah.
not just because they're fair, but because they look good on the stream and they're easy to read.
Yeah, probably.
Yep,
'Cause you're the
just like I said.
So I'm looking at their clock and it's like 12 o'clock here. I'm like, oh, it's not that late. I'll stay up a little longer. Comes at 2:30 in the morning. Like, that's normal when I go to sleep. And it's like,
All right, well, that was game 2. Are Pat and Janis hanging out for a minute? Do you want to do a little talk about it? Hold on one second. Let me grab the other microphone.
that was like, I woke up and
cam over here. Or?
Yeah, there's no camera.
Okay.
So it doesn't really matter where you're at.
So Sheldon, I won again with.
Yeah, another solid win with the Asuryani.
Another crushing it.
Yeah, come over. How do you feel about that game?
Initially, I thought it was going to go in Pat's favor. Zero stride if you're on the Discord.
So let's do that. Yeah.
And I had problems with Astartes in the past when I played Michael. He beat the crap out of me.
Your first game at
SoCal in the second day.
Day 2 was
Yep.
pretty much the same match, except
Yeah.
He wasn't bringing salamanders. He was bringing white scars.
Yeah, he was playing White Scars. But
Do you think white scars might have given you more of a scare?
I don't think so, just because of the proximity and the deployment in that map. The diagonals, I think, really were kind of a key factor here.
What about you, Zero Stride? What did you think about that match?
I mean, it was a good match. It started off, much better than it ended.
Yeah, I actually thought you were doing really well in the beginning there.
Yeah, I think so. I took Recon Sweep as a secondary because the deployment zones were so close, and I thought that maybe I could get either scouts in there or either grab shoot or outflank the Reaver into her deployment zone. But I didn't do that, and I thought it was more important to get the Reaver on the board and kind of reinforce back there. It might have been better if I actually held the Reaver in reserve one more turn just to threaten her deployment corner, because that would have...
Although having seen where her characters were placed, she sort of had that leader in the back the whole time.
Right.
Anyways, so I don't know if that would have been a possibility.
Right.
And that's been kind of my tactic since I started playing these guys at Nova, is keep that Storm Guardian as out of sight as possible.
Oh, yeah.
Because as a cheap model, all she has is a chain sword, and I mean, it's Guardian stats. They don't have a good save. They're not that great in combat.
True.
Yeah. I think that the turn that I shot the Guardian manning the weapons platform instead of the weapons platform, I should have just shot the weapons platform.
Oh, yeah.
In hindsight, you probably should have, because
Yeah.
I thought you were going to try to just kill the star cannon itself.
Yeah, and
but
that's
then,
what I should have
Then
done.
when you shot at the one of the guardians, I was thinking that you thought I only brought one guardian and didn't have the comms guy behind the
Yeah,
crate.
yeah, I did. But I
Usually-
didn't pay attention, and I saw that. After I did that, I kind of remembered. I was like, okay, that's why I was like, where's the other guardian? Okay, there it is. But
Usually it's a good move to shoot the guardian because they're
they're
weaker.
weaker, but with a las fusel,
Yeah, it
doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I was scared going into this match, and then with you getting the initiative and charging both banshees with the scouts and tied them up, but other than the Howling Banshee killing that Exarch killing that scout, she failed her charges 2 times in a row.
Yeah.
and that's with the rerolls.
And the other banshee ended up dying.
Yeah, the other
so,
banshee
yeah.
died in that exchange.
Yeah.
But I wanted the regular Banshee. I took her on the list just for the hopes of charging in and tying somebody up because with the no Overwatch.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It was a good
Yeah,
game.
well,
Yeah.
that was an interesting game to watch, you guys. Thanks for talking about it.
Hey, no problem.
And we'll see you on the next game, Janis,
Yeah.
because I don't think you're leaving after that solid win.
Now I'm probably at the top table again, aren't I?
Pat. Thanks, Janis. Yes. Thanks for answering that, Zappin2. Axis of Entropy. It is the Glass Half Dead Discord that we're talking about. If you go to any of Glass Half Dead's videos on YouTube, he always has a link usually for the Discord. Almost every single competitive Kill Team player that I've ever met or know of is on that Discord. So it's a good resource if you're a avid Kill Team player. Yeah, Jovial, I agree. The camera setup for the interviews would be nice if I didn't have a million cameras already focused on the action. I did try to set up more cameras, but apparently they overloaded my processing capabilities. We were trying to stream 4 separate tables at the same time, and that was apparently too much for one computer. But we've at least got 2 tables that are able to be streamed, and I think for the actual major tomorrow, it's more than likely we're going to have 2 tables that we can cut to. One being the one that hopefully Glass Half Dead is actually playing on. Thanks, Jovial. Yeah, I'm trying my best here to get you guys the real action that counts. No one wants to see our ugly mugs. I want to see beautiful models on the table, and that's what I'm here to get you, is that tabletop action. All right, I think I'm going to just kind of reset some of these things. Oops, wrong button. Got a round 1. All right, so we know Asuryani's still on the table. And don't know what the other team's going to be yet. I'm guessing Grey Knights. We'll see. We'll see how Eric did on his game. Actually, it's probably live on BCP now. Let's see. Off Kilted. The terrain is the MDF terrain on, I think, approximately 25 maybe tables. On the stream table, since we're using the beautiful Games Workshop mat from Adepticon, we thought it would be nice to pair it with some actual Games Workshop terrain. So we're not using the MDF stuff on the stream, but on the other tables we have a lot of MDF frontline gaming terrain because we spent all night making sure that it was built and painted and everything. But we thought just for the top stream, since we're using the oh, actually, no, I don't know if it's Tau. Hold on. Let's see. Actually, it's not Tau for sure. I don't even think there's Tau in this pod. I'm just gonna check here real quick on BCP. It's a little bit slower when you can't use your phone. This is pod 1. Looks like round 3 is going to be Alex Rutalak, who also brought Asuryani. Oh. So let's see. It's an Asuryani versus Asuryani mirror match in the final. This is going to be quite the game. Oh man. So it's Alex Rutalak versus Janis Gilham in the final. And it's actually oh wait. Hey Janis. Thanks, Off Kilted. And you know, I have been trying to get one of these mats since Adepticon. I put one of those eBay notifications. If anyone ever put this up on eBay, I would have sniped that so quickly, but no one has wanted to part with it for obvious reasons. I'm trying to bribe Elliot to give me his, but we'll see. I'm going to go talk to Janis because I'm looking at the BCP and it looks like her score from the first game got inputted incorrectly, so now I'm confused.
The Nightcast guys, they were talking to Bearded, and just, I was like, why aren't you recording it, guys? Just get on the...
We're all having interest. I was just having an interesting discussion with Glass Half Dead. I was like, why aren't we doing this on the microphone?
Yeah.
So
Asuryani.
Yeah, we were talking about the Asuryani both being going into the top pod here. I personally, before this obvious match, I thought they weren't going to be doing well, but
They are.
They are.
They are.
And very
why?
well.
why is the question. Also, from a kind of TO's perspective,
Yeah.
how do you stop it?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I mean, so obviously you were thinking that they weren't going to be doing well because they're only a T3 5-up save army.
Yeah.
Same
and-
as Guard,
Yeah.
you know, or anything like that.
I mean, they have options for that, but those options don't seem very well price costed. You know, like the Wraith and that sort of thing doesn't. I guess the Scorpions and the Banshees do put in work, but
Sure, but they're still a bit more expensive, I guess.
yeah.
But then they're doing pretty damn well.
Yeah,
aren't
I mean,
they?
Janis has not only won both of her games on stream,
Yeah.
she has tabled her opponents. And
Ooh.
both games, even Tyranids,
Yeah,
Tyranids,
Big Bucks, yeah.
she took out every single model on the enemy's team
Damn.
twice.
Okay, so is that possibly because people don't know this new format and they actually are trying to not game the system, that's the wrong word, but they are overthinking it when really if they had been taking something that would have worked in the old system, that would have worked against the Asuryani, but because they've changed their list so much to maybe to try and deal with Custodes or Grey Knights, you know, these new scarier factions that are now more viable in this system.
Well, I've been thinking about that because of some of the models I've been seeing on these tables. I've been seeing a lot of these Terminator models,
Yes.
these larger, higher pointed, models, and a lot of that might just be, like you said, overthinking it because when you really think about it, like the positional, the horde, that might actually still be viable. It's just everybody's assuming because we've changed it to the kill that it's actually changed the overall structure of the game.
Yes.
When
And
perhaps it hasn't.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, when you sit down and you think about it, it makes sense. Okay, well, I need to get kills and stop the opponent from getting kills.
Yeah.
What should I take? The more expensive Terminator type models make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Because they're
exactly.
really tough to kill. Unless you're facing Plasma Guard, but ignore that.
Or fusion.
Well, yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it, won't it? And it's like, how do you
Or a
stop
Meltagun.
them from dominating? Because so obviously they are still easy to kill, right?
Yes.
You can shoot a regular Guardian Defender and it dies.
Although you'd
Right.
think that they'd be easy to kill, but I don't think that Janis really lost more than I think it was like 4 or 5 models that whole game to Astartes, who
Which is weird.
lost every single model.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I guess maybe it's part of the Alpha Strike effect, like we know from 40k.
Yeah.
Where whoever gets those early kills, which obviously Eldar are able to do because they're hitting on threes.
That's true.
You know, they can get into position, they can hit on threes,
They're not having
and
any.
they kill.
Yeah, they're not having any disadvantages from movement.
Yeah.
They're not having any.
So strong.
Yeah.
So strong. So how do you stop that?
Just -1 CP for playing Asuryani. That's
Boom, done. You're capped at 10 VP if you play them. No, I think maybe it's down to the players because I
Yeah.
think it is possible to beat an Asuryani list.
Yeah.
Like if you go into a tournament thinking, I don't care about anything else, I am just going to beat Asuryani
Yeah.
because I know they're top tier, so I know I have to take something to beat them. Then presumably whatever list you come up with there with whatever faction you're taking is
Yeah.
going to beat them. And I don't know.
Off Kilted was saying that the Janis has got pretty lucky with those feel no pains as well, so that.
Oh,
helped.
was she? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, I don't know the argument that they're strong on paper doesn't make sense, but then you see it
Yes.
in action and it's just it's terrifying. Like that game against Byrnid, he made all of his successful charges with all of those big bugs.
Oh wow.
Was in combat, was like doing all the things
So like
right that
a
you needed
perfect
to do.
a perfect turn
The
practically.
first turn, everybody on stream was saying that it was going to be an
Game
obvious
over.
win for the Tyranids.
Wow, okay.
And it was just like flipped around
Damn.
immediately. And, it's maybe, I don't know, I don't want to take it away anything from Eldar that feels very fluffy, like stuff like Fire and Fade those sort of things. But there is something to be said for, like, on top of the fact that they have these ability to, like, shoot or feigned retreat, not fire and feigned retreat, like the fact that they can jump out of combat and still shoot, like, feels a little bit intense when you're watching it.
I think another thing to keep in mind is that, okay, we are ending up with a final of Asuryani versus Asuryani.
Yeah.
But they've only played 3 games, actually, haven't they? And it's like, tomorrow...
It's not the big 70-person game. It's only a small 8-person pod.
Yeah. If we end up with a top cut and half of them are Eldar, then we might have to seriously think about what we're doing.
I mean, I would make that argument except for the fact that Janis's games were against really good players.
Oh, no, I don't take
And
anything away from that,
Like, Biernid's Tyranid list, on paper, should win, like, a GT in theory.
Sure, yeah,
but
sure.
Just, I don't know what to say. It's just, it's so interesting that we're having this result on the LVO Kill Team packet, because it just felt like they'd been nerfed by it.
Well, I guess you got to look at the other pods. Were there Asuryani in any of the other pods?
Let me check.
And if so, did they win their pods? I know that Asuryani won a pod in the morning.
Yep.
But I'm not sure if there are any others. I don't think there are,
Let's see.
actually.
Kill Team, Pod 2. No Asuryani in Pod 2.
Yeah.
And
I feel like I know the answer to here. There aren't any others, are there?
And no Asuryani in Pod 3. So, yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, that's inconclusive then.
So the only pod where there is Asuryani.
They are both on the top table. Well, that's perfect, isn't it? I don't know. It kind of sucks a bit. But I genuinely have no idea how one would fix that through a format rules kind of change system.
Because, I mean, the thing about Asuryani I found out from playing them at Nova was, and the reason I took them to Nova was because of the fact that they have such a diverse set of skills. So, no matter
they can do everything.
What secondary you pulled in the Ultimate format, I could probably score it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't, like, hindered by the fact that I pulled a set that might be bad for my team, because every set worked for me. And that was one thing I noticed. And so the idea that you could nerf them with any set of secondaries is, like, actually, it doesn't really seem possible, right? So it's like, and free choice just, like, takes that to the nth degree, right?
I guess what would be quite interesting to see which secondaries both of them were taking.
Yes, I know that she had the hip shot one, territory, and recon, and the first game against Biernid, she had attrition, death from afar.
I'll go steal the other guy's paper and I'll find out.
Oh yeah, and then thin the ranks, death from afar, and high profile targets. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah, how did that Custodes versus Custodes game go? Let's check.
Custodes won.
Custodes won! Oh my gosh, I was not expecting that.
So I'm actually not going to read out what he's taken because Janis is right next to me.
Yeah.
But he's taken the same for both there.
Oh.
Which are not the same, right?
Makes sense. Yeah, they took completely different ones. So
that's great. They
that
can
was
do
what
anything.
I was sort of arguing, was that they can work with almost any secondary.
Yeah,
you know?
they could do it all, depending on the play style of the player, I guess.
Death from afar, you shoot from further away.
Yeah.
Hip shot, you shoot closer. You cut apart, you pull out your banshees and your scorpions. You know, like, you positional, you have a bunch of bodies. You know, like, there's almost nothing that they can do.
What do you do? Yeah.
Maybe cut off the head.
They could probably do it. I gotta be honest, they could probably handle that.
True.
I don't know. It's a really interesting thought experiment, I guess. Just because obviously when Kill Team first released, everybody was like, "Oh, Eldar are nothing," and then Michael kind of took them to, I think it was second or third place.
It was second, yeah.
Second.
At the last year's LVO?
Yeah, and everybody was kind of like, oh wow, maybe these are actually a faction. And since then, people have begun to play them a lot.
And he got a little bit more renowned because of the way that the BCP scored it. It looked like he was first because going into the final game, he had max points and the final game wasn't recorded.
Okay.
So and he was technically undefeated up until that point.
Yeah.
But then Miguel ended up pulling out the win on stream with the
Yes.
Tyranids.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the I don't know. I don't know what to do.
No, neither do I.
As a TO, I'm stumped by how to fix the Asuryani power creep.
What do you do? Because, okay, so the reason they're good is because they have really great movement and they can still kill things because their rules are written that they do not take a negative because of their great movement.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, all right, yeah. I can't argue with the rules.
Yeah.
But having said that, I don't think they're unbeatable or anything like that.
Well, no, I mean,
I think
nothing's
we just-
unbeatable in
no,
Kill
no,
Team.
no,
And like I've said a lot of times, it really does depend on what opponents you face.
Yes.
Throughout a GT, you can face anyone, especially the one we're having tomorrow with maybe potentially 70 people.
Yes.
If you have 70 people,
Huge.
It's a crapshoot what you're gonna get faced against. And then only until you get to those top tables is it gonna start sort of narrowing down to what you're gonna face.
I normally say from round 3 onwards is when you actually have pairings.
Yeah.
Round 1 is completely random.
Yeah.
Round 2 is then also basically random because even if you're a strong player, if you were placed against another strong player, well, you still now have a really strong player in the losing bracket.
Well, it's like
so it's random.
At SoCal, we saw I think it was 6 people that had 18 max score.
Right.
And so any of those people, they're not going to necessarily pair with a specific person. It's just whatever person the random algorithm determines, right?
Yes. Yeah. So all very. Are they playing?
Yeah, it looks like they're playing.
Right.
If you want to keep shoutcasting, you can, but
I need to go and get more water, but I might pop
actually,
in.
can you get me one as well?
Yes, I'll go find out where water is.
All right, and I'm going to tell these folks about the Mission 6 that people are playing. So Mission 6 is stolen intel, and so the bonus in this game is after deployment, but before the first battle round, you may choose a model to be a carrier and clearly indicate it to your opponent which one you've chosen, and this model can't be put into reserve. If it is wholly within your opponent's deployment zone at the end of the game, you score 3 points. And it looks like... Did you guys score map B? Okay, so it looks like they're on deployment B, which means there's going to be a center objective. Wait, you're not playing 6? Oh, okay, mission 6. Yep. So, as you can see, there's 1 central objective, 2 touching the deployment zones, and then there are 2 in between the deployment zones in the no man's land in the central corridor. And yeah, let's get this party on the road, or whatever actual people say in a saying. So Axis of Entropy, we are in, Skyview 2, Zappin 2 is correct. We're in the beautiful Skyview suite that we actually have all to ourselves, which is impressive at a convention this big, that there is an entire room devoted to nothing but Kill Team. We started from the bottom and now we're here. That's all I have to say about that. They've started making the deployment zones and organizing the battle. Did you guys measure the towers? They look like they're off. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. So they're both Ulthway subfaction too. That's if that doesn't. I think one of the things is that this got pulled.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe no.
No, it's
Never mind.
supposed to be 4.
And then the crates maybe in the middle. That's kind of probably also giving you the visual. Yeah. There you go. All right. That looks more symmetrical to my eye. Gotta love that symmetry. Is that where Heresy was last year? I believe in this room was the Star Wars something or other, Star Wars Legion or whatever, last year, but not entirely sure. I know that Heresy is up here this year, as well as I don't want to say it wrong. Warhammer Underworlds. I keep wanting to call it Shadespire, but that's not the name of the game. Yes, so looks like they're getting started. Oh, 34. Oh, just jumped up to 39. +3 on YouTube. Yeah, well, the odds aren't in your favor. Janis has tabled 3 people in a row now, or 2 people in a row. But you do have the one benefit that you're playing the exact same team.
And then I've got just one regular Guardian Defender. This is a comms guy. He's also the same thing, and I got a Starcam.
Okay, who's your leader?
Leader, combat, zealots, comms.
All right, leader, combat, zealot, comms.
What's up?
We got about the exact same list.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
Yours looks like you have more melee guys.
you don't get to be a mirror match without taking the exact same list.
Leader, Storm Guardian.
Okay.
Zealot.
Yep.
Same spec as yours.
Yep. Executioner.
Yep. Scorpion. Same spec as yours.
Exarch, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Where is he? Comms. Star Cannon.
Yo, how many guys? 12?
Yeah.
Where did I go wrong here? You got 11 guys.
You have you have an extra Dire Avenger.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Dire Avengers are more expensive.
I know. I mean, I guess whatever.
So
To be fair, in my game against her at Nova when we did a mirror match, I wished I'd taken more Dire Avengers. So
Nelda, the guy with the visor,
Yep, for
is Flamer.
For sure.
Avenger.
Yep.
Another Storm Guardian.
thank you,
or
sir.
another regular Guardian.
You are God amongst men.
Banshee. Regular Banshee.
Nope.
Regular.
So the 2 guys next to the Star
Unfortunately.
Cannon are, defenders, right?
Yeah.
So not
And
only
one of them's comms.
not only are they a mirror match
yeah,
in that they're the
this-
same
this
team
guy's comms.
and same subfaction, but they've picked the same specialists.
No, XR is not a special.
They probably don't
Yeah,
pick the
but
same
yeah.
secondaries by looking at what we've seen.
Yep.
Looking at for initiative.
I got a 5.
Can I get you to roll in here? Sorry.
I got a 4.
I got a 5.
And
Not a
just
good way to start that game.
so that it do you want to give him the blue dice since he's already got those?
Yeah, I already
And then-
I just
Those
got
are
my
his.
5.
Oh, those are your dice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I know it was like perfect. I thought you had. I thought those blue dice were yours.
No, these are
So I was like,
these
wow.
are his.
Yeah, do you want to roll the red ones in here then? Just so that it's obvious who's playing which.
I guess. I feel the red ones are unlucky though.
Oh, okay.
I'll roll.
I mean,
If they start rolling poorly for me, I'll.
okay, so Janis has decided that the blue dice are luckier, and Alex actually brought his own dice, which just so happened to be the exact same blue dice we're using here on
The
stream.
number on yours, 199.
These don't have a number.
248.
Oh, there it is.
Close enough.
Yeah.
248.
So I'm dropping first, right?
Yep.
Okay, so Janis is going to try rolling the red dice, and if they're unsuccessful, she's going to switch to the blue dice.
They roll faster, and the blue dice are lucky.
Ah, okay.
Using orc logic here.
So if
You can go.
if we have to switch to blue dice, it'll get really confusing who's rolling what, but we'll deal with it. Because I don't want anyone to feel unlucky.
What did you drop?
A guardian right there.
Okay.
I was up until like 2:30 yesterday night because like that's usually when I stay up until. But then I
Alright.
totally forgot that like the times are all different. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
So we got round one.
Yeah, I
Deployment.
Yours is like 3 hours, right? 4 hours?
4 hours.
Yeah.
And my flight was at
As,
6:30,
Yeah, for sure.
and
okay, the stream people are informing me that they're okay with you rolling the blue dice because they don't want you to feel bad.
now these are gonna roll
Yes.
unlucky for me.
Well, your team is red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll roll the red ones.
Nah, it's whatever you want.
I'll roll them both then.
Okay.
uh,
She's decided she's going to keep rolling the red just for you guys because she loves you. And also because her team's red. And it matches.
Yeah.
put a guy up there. I'll see your Dire Avenger and raise you a Dire Avenger.
Should I raise you another one?
I don't have another one.
Oh, I guess I'll re-raise you.
I raise you one Dire Avenger.
Ugh.
Okay.
Interesting choice of deployment there.
Alright. Getting those Dire Avengers out on the board.
Just check something real quickly.
Sure thing.
Alright.
If I was to drop a guy here, I just want to see how far 3 inches goes. Nah. Let's we'll just stick with the non-guys first. Oh, is it me?
No, I'm deciding.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Interesting choice right there.
Bold move, Cotton.
Guess I'll drop my guy. It's an inch from this, right? It'll be an inch for that for cover. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll copy. My guy's gonna go back here.
Okay.
It's definitely within 3. I'm moving a little bit more just to make sure. And that's me, right? I got 6 guys.
Okay.
I don't think they win faster off kilted. They just roll faster. So you'll win or you'll lose faster.
Yes.
Started losing my voice, so if I sound like
Okay. Over to you.
Alright, I'm going to just try to get this camera. I had to change the battery. But it looks like it's working now. Let's get this going. Uh-oh. It's not working.
I believe that's I believe that's the best play here.
We've lost focus.
Is yours glowing?
What's that?
Is your star cannon glowing?
No, I used the gemstone paint on it, and it reflects light really well.
Tell my dad what to do.
I really like it.
Dad, if you're listening to this, your models suck.
Oh, shots fired.
Whose models suck?
My dad's.
Oh,
He painted this. No, I'm just kidding.
Alex
Taking shots at his dad.
taking shots at his dad on stream. Says his dad sucks.
Just to hear my dad talking to me, it's like it goes back and forth.
Just kidding. He says his dad's painting sucks, not his whole dad.
Yeah, just his painting.
Okay, reserve.
We'd like to see a little bit of that painting. See if we actually. I don't think he can be seen very well. Actually, a little bit there. Have to change to manual focus because apparently my automatic focus changer has shit the bed, but there we go. See, they're deploying against their deployment zones here, trying to maximize
Guys,
that Eldar movement.
just make sure that. Alright, yeah, we're chilling. Alright, go to town.
All right, looks like deployment is done.
No, not quite.
Oh, okay.
She's got like 3 guys. Oh, 2 guys.
Yeah, he's in reserve.
Janis has put one striking scorpion into reserve and putting one on the table. And putting her last banshee now.
Out his water right now.
Oh, I think this is a better angle.
Okay.
Alrighty. Initiative,
All right, rolling initiative.
11.
9.
Oh, looks like Alex wins the initiative.
This guy's gonna ready.
And we go into the movement. Alex gets to move first.
This guy will advance.
Okay.
He needs like 10. He's just gonna peek around here.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll accept that one.
Was it 10?
Yeah, this guy will just casually go walk up to this.
Okay.
Should be 10 for that too.
Okay.
Let's see here. This guy will, this dude will advance.
Okay.
All right, Banshee's advancing.
No, it's one of the
Oh,
Avengers.
the
he's
Dire
gonna hop
Avenger's
up.
advancing.
There's
Ah, he's hopping up on
6
top.
up, 1 on, and they get another inch, right?
Yep.
So there's not an inch will go right there. And then,
So one Dire Avenger has made it up onto the tower there. Getting the height advantage early in the game can be pretty devastating for Eldar, but don't know that it's
I'll spend a point.
as important when you're playing literally the same team.
And she'll go, her 6 inches will get her over to this, and then her next 7 will send her up.
Okay.
Okay, you should probably put her like that.
Oh, he's managed to make it onto both towers, denying that
Obi-Wan Kenobi said it best,
height
right?
from Janis, except for the fact that Janis has some Banshees ready to jump up there and assault them.
Put this flamer guy right here.
Let's see how this plays out. Positioning the Flamer so that
So you'll need a
he's still out of 9 inches, but
so 10. Good show right there. This Dire Avenger will step back here. What do I want to do with this guy? This guy will advance too.
all right, his gunner is advancing.
And then he's just a regular scorpion, right? Chainsword.
This guy? No, he's the Avenger. Or the
Oh, he's Vaxar?
yeah. The,
Oh, the other one's right there. Yeah, for sure. We'll just casually move her.
okay.
Does that work? Yeah, we'll move her back to here. I think she shouldn't be seen. Other side of that. As of right now, obviously you can move, but whatever.
Yeah.
And then, you know, my last guy will, yeah, she'll just walk over. It's right here.
All right.
Okay.
And we got the Howling Banshee going there to hold that center
See what happens
objective. We'll see how that plays out. Now it's on to
He's right. How far away is this? Far. Starting to think that maybe. You mind if I move this guy? He was like right over here.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Yeah, and then I'll advance that guy. It's not gonna matter. He'll head over here too.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, so he's brought the Howling Banshee and the Scorpion
We'll see
into
what
the
happens.
center.
Okay, my turn.
Hopefully holding that center.
Exarch's gonna charge.
All right, she's charging.
Got it?
The Exarch charges
Go
up the...
right?
Yeah. 6 up.
Yeah, and then one on. No, it's 6 up and then one on, so 7.
Okay.
5 if you're at the thing, they said.
Oh, really? I don't know. I didn't measure it.
Wait, check it. I think it's...
So,
I don't really know.
yeah, it's 5
Oh,
there.
yeah, 5. Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, that'll
good
get
job.
her.
Just checking some measurements here.
What's that?
I was not expecting that to got made.
Got that 9-inch charge.
6 if you gotta go up over the
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's 6 inches to get over the barriers, but only 5 inches if you're on the side with the ladder. So that's the one advantage to having the ladder.
Damn ladder. So that guy would have gotten another inch, right?
Yeah, he would get another inch, so go ahead.
Yeah, I'll push him over. I thought that this was 6 up here too.
Yeah, because he was at the ladder too, so...
He's fine, so he's getting ready.
Flamer did?
Yeah.
For sure.
So he's just fixing that movement because he thought it was 6 inches to the top, but it was 5.
For sure, for sure.
Ooh, looks like Janis is making another charge with the final
Just this one?
Banshee.
Actually, I'll try both.
I guess I'll need 6s from this front guy.
That's a Howling
Oh yeah,
Banshee.
facts. I totally forgot.
Made it.
What the fluke?
Yep, no reaction on Howling Banshee charges. Makes it in.
He's going to advance.
And she's making an advance with the Scorpion.
I'll use the red ones.
Yeah, they're actually doing well for me. 7.
It's funny, she was complaining about the red dice, but they seem to be helping her. But as we all know, dice can turn on you anytime. Or they can be your friend forever. Just, it's up to them. I want to see if I can get a good shot. of this battle.
He's going to advance.
Oh my lord.
Ooh, Janis is rolling hot today.
Give me the red ones. I want to keep the red ones.
All right, there we go. Shot of this little battle up here on top of that tower. Off kilter. We are not using the advanced rules for vertical. In fact, it's in the LVO FAQ specifically that vertical movement is not
I guess just get all the good ones out of the way, right?
Yeah.
And advances, and then roll bad later.
Yeah, then I'll roll back.
what's it
later.
called? Difficult terrain.
Keep him in
The
reserve.
TO is specifically
So my ready.
said that that's not the
Wonder who we
case.
can even see. Just those two, right?
Yeah, probably just those guys.
Let's see. How do I want to do this? The guy with the gun up he's just a regular dude, right?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
just
looks
a
like they're
guardian.
into shooting.
That's just a regular dire
And there's
avenger.
36-inch range, so this guy will be short range. That guy will be long range.
Okay.
Let's
All right, looks like his star cannon is opening fire first.
low key. Should we split these?
Looks like they're within two. Looks like he's trying to split these shots.
You know, let's see what happens. We'll send one to the front guy first.
Okay.
So he's going to try and get the
About my comms guy.
Okay.
the dire avenger.
So, yep. Hits.
So his first shot is a hit and a wound against the dire avenger.
3 wounds.
3 wounds.
Hopefully.
Ooh, and that's an out of action on that dire avenger next to Janis's deployment zone.
And then my next one on that.
And he split shots, so that second one's going into that guardian. Oh, and that's a wound. And it's 1 damage. So let's see. No save. Oh, that's a flesh wound. So he got the guardian, but not, or he got the dire avenger, but not the guardian.
Okay.
With that star cannon, that was a
Yep.
it's a good first shot for the
I'm on fire.
for Alex.
Go to town.
I'm going to use the 1-point tactic, bring forth the torch.
What was it? Reinforce the torch?
Bring forth the
Bring forth the torch. All right, so she's using bring forth the torch.
You know what it is. That was 3 anyway.
Got a 3. I don't know what that means, but
It's a 3-minute,
guarantees
so if we
three.
roll a 1 or a 2, it would have gone up to 3.
oh, okay.
So 1 on the Banshee, 2 on
So
the
she used bring forth the torch to mean that if she rolled a 1 or a 2, it would be a 3, but it was a 3 anyways, so it did nothing.
Is that regular?
She used the tactic bring forth the torch for 1 CP.
On the Banshee, wounds.
Ooh, 6 on. So that's a wound on the Banshee.
Is that Exarch or no?
Flesh wound on the Banshee. Looks like
Yeah, you should have seen her charges.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you mean I saw that one.
And then she made a 10 over this one.
Oh, Jesus.
Fusion gun.
Yep.
Is gonna shoot Banshee since she's in the open.
all right. She's got her special weapons
I'm gonna take
coming into the Banshee possibly, or the dire avenger.
hits.
Oh my lord.
Kills the wound. We roll that.
Oh, she spends CP to re-roll. Oh, and got the 6, and that was against who?
-4
No,
against his
damage.
Against the Scorpion.
Scorpion Exarch.
Oh, 2 damage against the Scorpion. Oh, and she takes the Scorpion out of action in the center of the board.
The Exarch.
Oh, yeah, the Scorpion Exarch. So that's a big move for Janis.
Me, right?
Yeah, your first non-ready.
That's a good shooting.
The guy with the visor is the fusion.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you tell?
She's complaining about these red dice, and now she's rolling 6s.
To tell them apart.
Guess it's a good strategy. Complain about them, so even if they fail you, it's not your fault, right?
A mirror list.
She'll shoot down at that.
As you can see now, there is no
Flesh
Yeah, we'll
wound,
see it.
long
6.
range.
no Scorpion in the board in the center anymore.
Everything's reversed.
It's crazy world.
That's your fusion dude?
That's a flavor.
That's your flavor dude. This is,
He's a little retro.
yeah, I love him. It's cool.
Yeah, for
All right, her Dire Avenger is hitting the Banshee.
Hits twice.
2 hits. Oh, look, 5 and 6.
1 wound.
1 wound. And it's a save.
Second.
Second gun,
1 hit.
1 hit.
Wound.
And it's a wound and another save. Looks like
Okay.
that Banshee lives to see another day.
Then, let's see if this guy, he'll shoot down at the point.
Oh, his
I keep forgetting he's up there.
Dire Avenger up on top is trying to fire down. Got one hit. Ooh, one wound.
Save.
Oh, I thought that's a Guardian Defender.
Oh, it is a Guardian. Sorry,
So,
I thought you were shooting
3, 4, 5, 6.
Dire Avenger for some reason.
So she. Oh, he took out the. He took out the Guardian Defender that was holding the objective close on Janis's deployment zone, and the and the Dire Avenger. So that is now not going to be a point for Janis, which means that Janis only has one objective.
Yep. 2.
But Janis could still
Save.
fire and fade, except she doesn't have any CP. Never mind. Cannot fire and fade onto the objective. That means that that's not going to be hers this turn. And it looks like...
So this guy will, I guess he'll shoot a pistol back.
Are these bounty tokens?
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like Alex has taken bounty hunters because he's placed 2 bounty tokens where the models died.
Putting the cannon into the Banshee.
Cannon's going into the Banshee.
1 hit. That'll wound.
Damage.
And that was a wound. Ooh, 3.
6 is.
Oh, wow.
So close.
1 fail.
That'll go. Yep.
And it's dead. Banshee is gone.
Okay.
And I believe it's
So, Janis is officially taken off
Charger.
the 2 scary guys in the middle, and Alex has taken off the 2 in Janis's deployment.
Okay.
So this is 2 for 2 at this point. Looking pretty solid.
2.
And then 3's again.
Yeah, because strength 5. 1.
4 up.
So,
Saves.
Was that the flamer? What was that?
Invulnerable.
Oh,
yeah, invulnerable. That's right.
that was the combat. So we're in combat now.
You go, Dagger.
And that's my favorite combat because it's the one up on top of this cool tower.
Misses.
Oh, and it's a miss.
Got a little bailed out. Guess I'll swing back on you. Low-key, maybe I'll kill you.
Swinging back.
Nope. 1 hit, and then I'll need a 4.
1 hit,
No wounds.
no wounds. So they both whiffed that combat, it looks like.
Probably should consolidate right now.
Yeah.
And then,
Show dance over here.
So they've consolidated to make this fight look even more epic than it already was. And now it looks like they're fighting in the back here.
I'll just still swing.
Oops.
Okay.
So swings around, 1 dice. I'll need a 3.
Yep.
And then I'll need 4. Nope. And this guy will just stay right there. 1 dice, and I'll need a 3.
Hits.
Then I'll need a 4.
Oh, and he whiffs both combats.
That would appear to be it for me.
Okay. Scoring.
So it looks like
Hi, Grafty Grafter. What's happening with BCP is that it has
I hold 1 point.
I hold.
been failing the entire day and making everybody
So I'll get engaged
really
on
upset.
also.
It crashed. They reset the server,
Or not engage on all.
and I think it crashed again, and we had to do all of the AM pods literally on paper by hand. That's the kind of dedication
2 here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
We're good.
oh, it looks like Janis also has taken bounty hunters.
Relic.
Oh, I mean relic hunters.
Relic.
Sorry.
Get it right.
Sorry, relic hunters.
And I got death from afar.
The bounty hunter equivalent.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, because these guys were both in.
So,
So you're at 5?
What's that?
You're at 5, right?
Yeah, I'm at 4. I'm at 4 right
Yeah.
now.
Initiative?
You're at 3.
I'm at 4.
yes, Camel Victory, you're right. 1,000 people all in one room trying to access BCP. Oh, I think we're in round 2.
Right here might be in order.
Okay.
Wait, are we in round 2?
What's up?
Round 2?
Yeah.
What's the score?
3 to 4.
You have
Keep going.
so 4 to 3. Okay.
To have this
All right, Janis is currently in the lead with 4 to Alex's 3, and we're going into round 2 here.
You know what, show, this guy's gonna fall back this way.
Looks like
Then, yeah. And this guy will fall back this way.
Okay.
I'll spend a point for that guy to still be able to shoot.
Alex won the initiative.
She'll charge this Exarch and that Scorpion.
And
6. What do I even need to get to this guy?
You'll definitely get the XR.
Yeah, I need a not. So I need a 9 to get to that guy?
Yeah.
Well, let's, I guess we'll reroll, see what happens.
just because I want to do it.
So we'll just chill on this guy.
Round 2.
Okay, so I scored
That's right.
2 for
We're in round 2, guys. It's getting real. Asuryani versus Asuryani.
Oh, can you
I think Asuryani's going to win. How about you?
times.
That's fine.
Because now we get to twice.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite characters are moving here. Gotta show you guys here. Let's move these guys over here that are out of focus.
This guy will shift.
Camel victory. Janis is the left Asuryani. I know it's very confusing, but Janis is winning, so
Shift down this way. And then he's obviously going to have to.
Run to keep up with the weapon platform.
So yeah, I'm within there. I think unseeable right now.
Okay.
To your dude. So you have to move to see this guy.
Yeah.
Obviously you just run
I agree. Camel victory. Tourney live streams do need to become more common, which is why I'm trying to do it.
Was it straight down?
But there's only so many kill team
It's
tourneys.
26 and you pay for it, but if not,
But if you want amazing coverage like this
Yeah, you're going
at your
26 you pay.
Kill Team GT or Major, feel free to contact me at killteamstream@gmail.com.
Stop straight down there.
If you're running
We'll feed her to the wolves.
Kill Team tournaments
See what happens. Probably should have put her on this
and are
far
willing to
side,
pay for my flight
'cause then if she just
and
go one there straight
however
down,
much it costs to
so you
ship
gotta
all this stuff,
yeah,
I'll do it.
put it right there.
Zabantu, I don't agree with that, but I think that the solution here on the top table is kind of an interesting one. I've never really thought about doing it this way before, but it actually makes sense. It's having the ladder in an area where
Ready, that guy?
the
Or, you know what? No, we won't ready him.
the wall isn't, so that there's less movement upwards. So it's kind of giving you the idea that it's easier to climb the ladder, but without actually using like the
And
difficult
flavor
terrain
was regular
rules.
walk this way. Or I guess I may as well pay for the base. So it's another inch. So then his extra inch will go that way.
Sorry for the shaky cam. The focus
And this dude's gonna end up going behind.
stopped working, so now I have to do it manually.
I think let me just check. Good. That's it, right? Yeah. Go to town. You get these out of the way for you.
All right, looks like it's Janis's movement.
Going to the point.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick those up.
Don't you have to go away from my get?
Oh yeah, fall back. You gotta go.
Or are you falling back?
Yeah, I did the fall
Yeah,
back.
Janis is falling back. I feel your pain, Great White. Nope. I feel your pain.
Oh, flamer. They do have the same gun, right? But one is the visor.
Yeah.
Luckily, with Kill Team, you don't spend as much on models. And you can spend more on streaming equipment. Yes, Janis used the fallback to fall back over the edge.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, is he advancing there?
Yeah.
You can't go over the things, right?
No, it would be.
Yes, falling checks are still in the game, but we have not seen any as of yet.
For sure.
He's still within the 3 to command it.
I don't believe they would be applicable in this scenario because of the walls around the towers.
Yep.
So you're ready, guys.
It's even the ladder,
I'm gonna drop.
maybe the ladder area. I'm not sure. Have to check the rules on that.
Michael, how's this going? Nice. So he says 2 rounds.
Okay.
This model's a little bit better. Had some nice little charges.
With a fallback, she has to move further away from the model, but it doesn't have to necessarily be
No, I ended up moving.
in any specific direction.
Yeah.
You're correct.
Okay, so my star cannon shoots at your star cannon.
Go to town.
She just had to end the move farther away from the opponent, and since the opponent had fallen back,
One hit. Wounds.
6 saves,
wait,
and then you're melted.
actually you might be right. Let me double check that.
You're making those clutch saves.
I know. It's like you're able to charge all me, but I'm able to save all you.
Okay, down there. Just 4s.
Who?
Down
Oh,
there.
her.
Yeah.
Or the melted.
The Melta.
Okay. So miss. So then unreadied models.
Yep.
Guess I had initiative here.
Just a quick note. For falling back, she doesn't have to end farther away
Oh,
from
she
you.
doesn't?
It's only retreat.
Oh, retreat.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, I guess if you wanted to go in the center.
The only stipulation is she can't end within 1 inch of your model.
Okay.
So you were right, Zappin' 2. It's she's gonna fix that so that her Banshee did fall back the right direction.
Guess this guy will take a shot. at this
Yep,
kid.
you're right. The stipulation is just that it has to be away from further than 1 inch away from any enemy models.
So 5s and then my
So it doesn't matter what direction.
I'll,
It's only with retreat.
one of those. Not a 1. AP3.
Yep.
D3.
2.
4. And then your unreadied shots.
Oh, they're in shooting.
Flamer, right?
Her, 3.
You should have paid the point.
2.
2.
2 wounds, yeah.
And then here's my feel no pains.
Ooh, 1 feel no pain.
Yep. And then my shot, right?
Yep, you're next. Unreadied.
Let's shoot this guy down there.
Okay.
2 dice. I don't need 5s. Either.
Okay. He's gonna shoot. There. Hits.
My melted gun will shoot down there. On the 3. Not a 1.
Ooh,
Oh. Damn it.
fusion gun whiffed on a 1 there.
Okay, do you have any other shooting?
Don't believe I have this guy still.
Okay.
Oh, do you have another person? No. No, right?
No one can do anything.
I guess, can this guy see
Oh, yeah.
that the flamer?
Yeah.
Let's run it. 2 dice on the flamer, and
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
need
cover.
Dire Avenger is attacking the Scorpion.
Oh, yeah, probably. And this guy will be no cover, no long range. He's got a better save. Let's shoot the flamer.
Shooting the Flamer, actually.
No.
Ooh, doesn't hit.
Robin's on the injury roll.
Yeah.
I have no other shooting.
Neither do I.
Okay. I'm going to spend my last 2 points
For decisive?
on a decisive strike.
Yep. I'm assuming with the Scorpion.
Yep.
So force?
6 explodes.
Oh my lord.
4 hits with the claw.
Jesus
Wounds.
Christ.
Minus,
I can't save it.
minus 3. What's that?
Did you roll your? I haven't seen you guys been rolling your Scorpion kill. I think
Oh,
Man
shit.
blast. Oh, yeah, true. No, I don't know. I can't save it. It's 83.
Oh, Mana Blasters.
1.
So that's 1 wound off.
Down. Put her down.
Yeah.
Wait, was that combat?
That was striking scorpion at the Howling Banshee.
Oh, the Striking
She
Scorpion
gets 4.
on the Howling
I think I'll
Banshee.
go, we'll put 4 into your guy.
Okay, into the scorpion.
Ah, now the Howling Banshee is hitting back.
Yeah, we'll put 4 into your.
Scorpion.
Yeah, we'll do all 4.
Okay.
So, 4s?
Can't see him in that one.
Remember, Michael, I had that same thing with when I played you.
Trade, give me the red ones. I don't want these. Give them away.
All right, looks like
I get to strike with the Exarch.
the Exarch Dire Avenger.
1 hit.
Won't hit.
Oh, yeah, because War Shout.
So then this, points, right?
Yep.
I control
Scoring.
2.
Oh, they're scoring.
And I killed more than you did, right? I killed a model. You didn't kill anybody?
Yeah.
What just happened with that set of exploding dice?
Oh, we should have done our carriers.
Not entirely sure, actually.
What's that?
We should have done our carriers. I don't for the mission
Oh,
bonus.
yeah.
Yeah, mine's her. She's the fastest one. I don't know who yours is.
I'll probably, I would have picked my,
Yeah, pick
my
yours,
Banshee
yeah.
anyway. Actually, I would probably have picked that Banshee because I have her run around doing killing.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, I'll say it's her.
Okay.
Oh, they forgot to pick their carriers at the beginning, so now they're picking them. And they've both chosen the Banshees. If you don't know, that's the mission special bonus.
So that
And oh, they're gonna be scoring.
7.
You got 7,
Yeah, I have 6.
6. Oh, the tides have
See
turned.
if she shakes.
Now Janis is
Yeah.
falling behind with 6 to Alex's 7.
There you go. My gosh. All right, trade. Halfway through the game, we can trade now.
Oh, we can trade?
Yeah, we can trade. It's all good. I'll let you do it. Don't worry.
Let's see.
All right, guys, we're now in battle round
I'll
3.
spend a point to decisive move you.
Okay.
And then
And
let me see.
looks like Alex won initiative. Like,
I wanted
oh,
to he decides to
Janis won initiative. Alex has decisive struck.
Banshee?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Alex is bringing in the charge on that Banshee, it looks like.
Go to town.
Okay.
These Caesar cups are kind of high quality.
Not bad.
Like plastic cups.
Plastic cup.
He's going to move up here and grab these.
Yep. Isn't that the end of the phase?
Oh, yeah. End of the movement phase.
End of the round, I thought.
What are you looking for?
The Relic Hunter. Is it the end of the round or end of the movement?
End of the round.
Yeah, end of the round.
Okay. Banshee's going to charge.
Yep, can't do anything. Jesus.
Wow.
Ooh, Janis made 11 on that charge against the Dire Avenger Exarch there in the center.
Poor bastard trying to get away.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was.
Chasing him down.
I mean,
Janis says, "No, you come back here, boy. I'm gonna do something."
There's no way to do it.
Flame him. Gonna advance.
I think you can see better with this angle.
No.
As you can see here, now they're dueling in the center once again. This epic fight between the Dire Avenger Exarch and the Banshee Exarch.
Melta,
Yeah. Need to get back there and get on the objective.
for sure.
You are no longer serviceable.
What just happened?
I don't have any guardians left.
Oh,
took the gun off.
she's taking the gun off because there are no more guardians to pilot the gun.
Gonna fall back.
Oh, you have a guy back there.
Yeah, that's my leader hanging out.
For sure.
I guess that's smart so she doesn't accidentally shoot with it. I should do that trick.
He's gonna charge in to combat.
With this guy?
Yep. Escapee, you're right.
If only you rolled that such an advantage.
Yeah, really.
Oh,
Got this.
looks like the Scorpion made it in too. Looks like we got a bloodbath here in the center today, folks. This is going to be quite the combat phase, I think.
See how far away these guys are. Alright, so already my flamer.
Okay.
And then my girl's gonna
As
fall
you can
back
see
also.
here, there's a lot of action going on in the center of the board.
To the far side there.
Oh, the Banshees just moved
I guess I could flame
to the
him.
far side,
This
which
guy you can
happens
see
to
down
be
there. So
the
already this
carrier
guy.
model.
Ready that guy. This Dire Avenger will advance.
So it looks like he's going to score the mission bonus
It's a nice little 10 inches.
this turn, or this game. I don't think that she can do much to stop
Go there.
that Banshee.
Advance. 2. This guy's 12, right?
Yeah.
His 9 will get him anywhere here. I'm just going to make sure he's outside of 12 inches of that dude.
Okay.
I was just trying to make sure that the
Good to go. Inside 12 here.
the regular Guardian is 12 inches away from the fusion gun.
And I think, if I'm going to be honest, it's probably all my guys here.
Okay.
It's going to be my ready dudes, isn't it?
All right, looks like we're on a shooting.
So, we'll do the easiest first. I'll drop a nade on that guy.
Okay.
All right, doing the grenade. Ooh, 2.
And then, need 3s.
And ooh, he hits 1.
Need, 3 again.
And ooh, gets the 1. That's not a success.
We'll send this guy, Flamer, down on your end.
Okay. Is he within range?
Yeah, he's within range.
You're
of
right,
command
Zor
that's
Prime,
going on.
but it's not currently sitting on an objective, so it doesn't
I think we'll just
really do much in this game. It does need a Guardian to move, actually, Zor.
give me a second to think about how I want to do this real quickly.
All right, this shooting is getting
You should be outside of 8 inches here, right?
getting very
Do you mind if I...
intense here.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll flamer your guy in the flamer.
Okay.
It's probably the best choice. He's got the Scorpion's Claw, right?
Yeah.
Low-key kind of gassed that gun. Unsure of what to do right now.
Okay.
I think I'll, think... Just concede that. I'll flamer this guy. And then, There's 2 wounds, though.
Yeah.
God, this is a toughie. Never been put in a toughie like this before. We'll
This is a
flamer that
tough
guy at a
match.
point.
Okay.
Then I'll spend a point to guarantee it's a...
Looks like he's shooting the flamer.
So we got the 4, and then I need 3s.
2 hits. Or 2 wounds, I mean. Oh, save.
He's a 5.
Oh, I thought you were shooting at
No, no, this guy.
Okay, so 1.
Oh, 1 save.
Kill him.
Oh, the Storm Guardian is out.
And then my next raid model is gonna be this guy. Down to that dude.
Okay.
3s, base, not long range, cover. This guy will make him 3s again.
Okay. No.
Ooh, you know what? That sucks right there. That does suck. But I guess that's the way it goes. And then, oh, you have nobody that can shoot, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna fire and
Oh,
fade
yeah.
with him.
Oh, you fire faded.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you had to do that after you retreated, after you fell back.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. I mean,
Yeah, because that was my intent.
Yeah,
I threw my guy back there because I wasn't expecting you to shoot.
Yeah, fire and fade you have to declare at the time of falling
so
back.
Scorpion shooter.
Oh, that's fine.
2 hits.
Yup. Why is that? More than 6 inches? I don't know if you want to measure that.
Yeah, I'll measure.
6 inches, right?
Yep.
Okay, go to town.
So 2 hits.
3s.
1 wound.
No save. No.
Dead.
All right. Oh, in a wild turn of events, the Banshee
And then it's my shot, right?
that was the carrier just got taken out.
This guy can only see that dude right there. So we'll send the shot down there. I'll need 5s. Actually,
So never mind all I was saying earlier. I don't know anything.
hits. And then, 3. Nope.
Okay.
And then it's my guy over here. Dude down there.
Okay.
I'll need 5s again.
Yep.
Guardian versus Guardian. Nothing.
Yeah, it has to be 12. She's gonna shoot the pistol down there. She's shooting her pistol.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Hits.
Oh, wow. This would be unfortunate.
Wounds.
Oh, pistol shot. Wounds, but no.
Flesh wound.
Flesh wound. Pistol shot the Guardian Defender.
Dead.
Oh, she spent a CP to re-roll that, and the Guardian Defender was out of action.
Okay. Melee.
Yeah.
Command blaster.
Yep.
No. And I got chargers.
Okay.
Needing 3s. 2 hit.
What's happening?
4 ups. And goes through.
Is this the combat?
1. I'm gonna reroll that.
Is this the combat?
You can't reroll the damage.
Yeah, you can. Oh, you can't? Oh, okay.
I mean, it goes through anyways.
It's
Oh, it went through
a
anyway.
Yeah, so 4, 5, 6.
They had like number of damage.
Yeah,
no,
number
but
of
is this the
damage.
combat or is this?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay.
Flesh wound.
Combat phase.
Yup.
1 hit.
Okay.
Wounds.
6.
Okay.
Then,
Your strike.
guess I'll
Your,
swing back.
your charger.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot that.
Yeah. 1 dice under 3. No. And then,
Your strike back.
yeah. 2 dice. I'll pile in first.
So he's gonna
So around that.
consolidate in, or pile in.
3s. Or 4's got flesh wound on the scorpion. 2. And then, 4's again. 1. No, it is.
Same.
Oh, looks like
Alrighty.
Janis saved.
You're good. So it looks like it's gonna be it, right?
Yeah.
Looks like that's all for round 3.
You can only collect 1 relic hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're collecting their
Okay.
relics.
Stuck together.
And then I'm gonna collect that one.
Collecting relic hunters for the round
Yeah, obviously within the
with that
engage all fronts.
Yeah.
I just kind of choked him.
Where was that other guy I killed?
So I control 1, 2, and then you could.
Oh, they're doing their scoring now.
So you're gonna hold more than me.
And I killed more than you that turn.
Yeah.
And I got relic. Death from afar. And
So Janis scored Death from Afar, Relic Hunters, and Reconnaissance. And
Okay.
Initiative?
what's the score?
I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 11.
11,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
12. Ooh, Janis comes back ahead, 12 to 11.
4th round.
7. Well, I'm obviously going to fall back here.
Okay.
Fall back to
Janis making this a
see if 7 will get me back here.
tight game here.
So my 7 put me there.
Okay. She's got there.
5. And then
And we are now in battle round 4, guys.
that guy up right here.
Doing,
Points we can still shoot.
we're doing it. Janis 12, Alex 11. Coming into round 4 here.
This die Avenger
Janis still has a carrier, so she can still score the mission bonus, but Alex is unable to score that. But just curious, what secondaries did you take
I have
that you've scored already?
I
Not, you don't have to.
fronts and bounty hunters.
Okay, he's scored engage on all fronts and bounty hunters so far.
This guy will remain ready. This guy will ready. This dude will ready. And yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Looks like Janis is moving that striking scorpion to get back onto the objective, possibly so she can switch up with her Dire Avenger to get him out further. Looks like she's sort of moving the guys in the middle to be more of a wall, invite him
What have
in.
you scored for your secondary so far? What do you have? Recon sweep?
Oh yeah, not reconnaissance, recon sweep
Recon sweep?
out.
And then
Recon sweep.
for Janis's.
Relic.
for relatives. I guess I probably should have made it so at least I could see him, just in case.
Yeah. Ready?
Yep.
So Janis has only lost 4 members of her team, and it looks like Alex also has only lost 4. So neither of them have needed to do a break test, and it looks like they haven't needed to do any flesh wound test because everybody that gets a flesh wound dies. And the
That melted?
What's that?
That melted gun, right? Okay.
oh yeah. I can do all the different maps, and I can do all the cameras.
How are people finding the audio
Those guys both moves?
I don't know actually. Curious, just a question. How do you guys? Are you guys able to hear the players at all? Is the audio at the table working at all? Have you heard any of the players? Just a question for everyone watching. If you guys are interested in answering that, Glass Half Dead is curious because we have one of the microphone stationed sort of by the table. I don't know that it's catching much because it's
Okay.
supposed to be a
Ready, guys, yeah?
handheld mic, but
I did
I'm just
this guy
curious
can
if you
only
guys
see- I guess he. Oh no, you can't see
have
there.
been
He can only see this.
liking
right?
that.
You can't see down here. I can't tell.
No, that's solid there.
Oh, I was talking about from the gun. down.
Yeah.
Oh, from the gun down? No.
Yeah, possibly.
All right. I'll
Oh, Zapintu says he can hear some of the
Thank you, guys.
interactions. So.
shoot that guy back there.
Okay.
So 4s. And then 3s.
Saved.
And then. Oh, it's my next ready shot, right?
I have a ready shot.
Oh, where? Oh yeah.
I
back
think
there. Yep.
he can't because marriage.
Do you need one of these?
The idea of I think like if it's like a local tournament, it's it's all right to like take a couple days off to go do it, but like coming all the way to Vegas and not bringing your kids and your wife is kind of a non-starter.
And it's me, right? Yeah. This guy shot. Let's flamer the X-Arch. Which one? True. Let's flamer.
Yeah,
We'll flamer the Scorpion.
that was Elliot. Elliot decided that.
What's up?
The token,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm spending the command points.
So she was winning round 1, he was winning round 2, then she's winning, and all by 1 point. So it's been a very close game.
Threes. So one.
Which one was it?
Scorpion.
Sora Prime, George from Warp Charge Gaming is not here, so that must be all in your head.
Sorry, you said XR.
Oh no, sorry.
Ulthway, no.
So that guy will die.
Okay.
I'm not gonna put the bounty hunter down.
Lift in progress, are you currently in Las Vegas? Because I would love those if you're here. Otherwise, I'm planning on buying them soon anyways, so the next tournament will have them. Just not Las Vegas, because my December and January is usually my slowest month, and I don't have the funds to purchase microphones when I'm already purchasing tons of other stuff that for Kill Team that I didn't think I was going to have to spend.
Who's shooting?
Oh, Glass Half Dead.
Do people count as an interview?
The people are wondering how much merch you've sold on this trip.
I haven't actually told anyone I'm selling any merchandise yet. Like I've just had it in my bag, taking up space.
Can I buy some?
Everyone may buy some.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Do you have any more of those
Yeah.
objectives?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You get some for free.
Oh, yes.
But everybody else pays for it.
Yes.
this guy, that's it.
Understandable.
I do have a lovely V-neck T-shirt though.
No.
Yeah, he's not winning.
Yes.
I love your design. I just don't love V-necks.
I'm telling you, man. The European V-neck is different to the American V-neck.
I understand your argument. I just don't agree with it. Hashtag agree to disagree.
I'm missing one, but
So, apparently he has not sold merchandise yet because he has not tried to, which means he's still at a 100% success rate.
Shooting.
yeah, here we go.
Shooting the XR. 2 hits. 2 wounds. Doesn't matter. They have a flesh wound, so dead.
Okay, I'm catching back up with this game, I think. Ooh. What's going on right now?
Dire Avenger XR.
Ah, Dire Avenger X-Arc was shooting the
Yeah?
fusion gun.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Both hit.
Yep. Save.
Okay.
All right.
So
That was a
I killed
successful
3.
save for Alex.
Killed 2. There's a bounty hunter there. That I'll
There's no combat, so now they're trying to see who won.
Actually, we're both at break checks.
That's the end of the game. It looks like we're gonna see here who's
or 8.
the big winner.
You both made it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I'll get steadfast, bounty hunters.
They both made their break tests or whatever that was. Yeah, that was a break test.
Yeah. I think. Yes.
Oh, and they're scoring.
So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Looks like Alex is gonna finish
5, 6, 7, 8. I had 19.
with 19 points.
Besides steadfast.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why I got there.
And Janis.
I'm just making sure I got my points
Yeah.
accounted.
Well, they kill more the last round.
Yeah.
Kill more the last round. And
Yeah.
the
The steadfast is
before.
huge. Yeah. I think steadfast, like, on this map, it's kind of hard because there's not much terrain.
Oh.
Like, if you can pull it off, it's like a 3 swing.
Especially if people are not counting on it. Just thinking
Exactly.
they're doing the
Yeah.
same thing.
All right, and Janis finishes with 17, giving the win to Alex. There's the handshake.
Yeah, it was.
Looks like Alex wins 19 to 17.
Yeah.
Woo! That Steadfast sold him the game.
Alrighty.
Zappin2 wants to know if you have a 2X V-neck in your bag. He's got an XL, but not a 2XL. Sorry, Zappin2.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. He brought 4 large and 4 extra large because he knows his audience. Oh, thank you. All right. Well, that was an exciting last round there. Looks like Alex took the win against. So the Asuryani beat the Asuryani in this wild turn of events. Janis was not able to table her final opponent, but they tried, and it looks like Alex is the winner of the pod. So yeah, looks like that is that's the end of the pods for today. So I'm going to give you a little taste of an advertisement for what's coming up. Stay tuned for a quick talk with both of them. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick ad for Slaughterfest, which is coming up in August.
Trying to get inside this. Yeah, exactly. Like paper.
All right, so for everybody, Alex Rutalak is the winner. And want to know if you guys want to come over for a little post-game discussion.
Yeah, for sure. Let me finish packing up. I need to get some sleep. It's been a long ass day.
All right. All right. Gonna have a brief talk with Alex and Janis once they finish packing up. Pretty exciting how that whole stream turned out. Looks like things are working for tomorrow, so tune in tomorrow for the LVO Major, Kill Team Major Championships. Looks like we might have about 70 people playing, so it'll be one to watch. Oh, here we go. We got Janis.
Hey again.
and
What
Alex.
up? What up?
So I've only got two
Never
mics,
talked in the
so-
microphone before.
Well, what did you think of that last match?
Oh, that went down to the last turn.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It was back and forth the whole time, I think.
Yeah, it was. There were times.
Camo victory. My last name is Rutnarik. Rutnarak. So yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it was a lot of back and forth. He made a lot of saves on injuries that were clutch. Yeah, and
The whiff on the Banshee when your Banshee attacked my Exarch first round, that was
Yeah.
clutch.
Yeah.
That was clutch.
and yeah, it was a lot of fun to play. It's probably one of my most difficult matches of the day. So, and it was pretty much a mirror match, as you saw.
Yeah, to like the down to the specialists.
Yeah.
Actually, we had the same specialist, didn't we?
Yeah, we had the exact same
Yeah.
specialists for
Except our leaders. Our leaders
Yeah.
are different. But
Yeah, you got me on the steadfast because I didn't even think about that secondary.
Yeah, it's a good one for this packet because it's usually pretty easy to hold at least one.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. This one's kind of a risk because it was like out in the open.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
more so
I
than
did.
the other ones.
I didn't even think about that one because it's not. I'm typically going to play the Nova pack, so that objective isn't part of
It's a nice ass microphone.
part of the Nova.
Oh, thanks.
And I also, we both actually forgot about the objective for the mission.
Yeah, the carrier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we totally forgot about that.
That was a pretty explosive last round too. It looked like a lot of guys died in the end.
A
Yeah,
lot of people did die.
he had a lot of guys with flesh wounds, and he made a lot of good out of action rolls on some of my guys that would have been key for cinching it up.
What do you think of the mirror match, Asuryani versus Asuryani?
It was definitely interesting.
Yeah, it was a good game. I think like I wasn't expecting you to make those charges in the beginning. I was like, I'll put him outside 10 inches, make her roll a 10-inch charge, and then hopefully she doesn't, and I'll just shoot her up.
Yeah.
But then it made all three of them.
Yeah.
So that was a little. I mean.
Yeah, when banshees make their charges, it's not very fun.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, not much else to say about it.
Yeah, it was a good game.
It was a very good game.
Well, thanks guys.
Yep.
Thanks for being on stream,
Yeah, for
and thanks everybody for watching. And tune in again tomorrow. We're doing this all day because we'll be doing the big Kill Team Major. The first 4 rounds are tomorrow, and then the finals are going to be on Sunday. So, yep, and you'll get to see Glass Half Dead play actual games.
And there's going to be 3 piloted teams of Eldar that are myself, Michael T. Holy, and Alex.
Yeah, we got a lot of good Asuryani on the table. So get
Yeah.
ready for those Asuryani versus Asuryani games.
And yeah, so look forward to it. We're kind of curious to see if the 3 of us make the top 8.
Yeah.
So, but with the way my dice are, I'm so swingy, I could end up in the bottom.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. See you tomorrow.
Yep.